And welcome to Arkadelphia Badger Football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb, Dalton Reed. Also, we'll have Jim Rothwell tonight, Jeff Root. Dara Tefteller on camera, Gavin Wallace running the show, and we are excited for what should be a great matchup in the second round of the 4A state playoffs between the visiting Clinton Yellow Jackets and the Arkadelphia Badgers. Both of these teams, the 2 seed from their respective conferences, both of them one play away from being the 1 seed in their respective conferences. Clinton 10-1 on the season, a 26-24 loss at Dardanelle in which a last-second field goal to win the game was blocked. Arkadelphia also 10-1. Lost to Nashville here when the 2-point conversion did not count for Arkadelphia, and the Scrappers got the win 24-23. Those are the only blemishes on the 2025 record for these 2 teams. Chris Babb here with Dalton Reed. Dalton, as we take a look across the state in the Class 4A, Coach Shucker will talk about it here in a few minutes in the pregame show interview. But there are some fantastic games across the state in Class 4A. You have lots of matchups of teams that have really been ranked in that top 5 or 6 on all 75 high school polls that are out there. And so a lot of those teams are meeting in week 2. Arkadelphia hosting Clinton, Dardanelle and Hamburg, Elkins and Southside. That's 3 really good games, and there are going to be some good teams going home tonight at the end of the second round.
Yeah, this is an absolute awesome second round. You look at, you mentioned a few matchups there. A lot of long road trips once again, but even better football. You look at teams like Southside and Elkins. That's a state runner-up and a state semifinalist last year. You look at a team like Gosnell hosting Warren. Warren, a historically successful team, going to be athletic, obviously, but hosting a Gosnell team that took care of business. And
traveling to
Gosnell. Yes,
that's a short trip.
Just a short trip.
Yeah.
Hop, skip, and a jump. And then, that Dardanelle-Hamburg matchup, that's going to be power football at its finest. Hamburg with Nikel Lewis going to be trying to run the ball. Dardanelle going to try to run the ball with Creed Vega. We'll see what defense holds up first.
Yep. Also around the state in Class 4A, Gravett is at Monticello. Monticello is at Gravett. Pocahontas is at Prairie Grove. Pocahontas last week drove to Nashville. Now they drove southwest to Nashville. Now they drive from the extreme northeast to extreme northwest to face the Prairie Grove. Also, the other matchup is Bauxite at Mills and Blytheville at Stuttgart. Stuttgart and Gosnell getting their first action in the 4A state playoffs after having the bye last week. Dalton, let's focus on this game. Arkadelphia hosting Clinton, 2 10-1 teams. 2 high-powered offenses. They get it done different ways. Arkadelphia has played Clinton in the playoffs 2 of the last 5. This will make 3 of the last 5 years. Arkadelphia won those games handily, the last one being in 2022. I don't think that will – let me say it this way. I wouldn't be surprised if that's not the case this year. This is not the same Clinton team that has come the previous 2 times in the playoffs. This is a 2 seed, could have been a 1 seed. Those were lower seeds in that 4A4 conference.
Yeah, you look at that 4A4, and I don't know how it is. The seeding rotates in the AAA, but it always seems that the Badgers find the 2 seed out of the 4A4, whether it's Clinton or Ozark, depending on the year. But, this game – it's a big game. You mentioned getting it done offensively different. Clinton likes to run the ball, and run the ball some more.
Right.
They're going to line up and try to make way within the middle of the field. It'll be interesting to see how the Badgers come out defensively. They normally come out in the 4-3, but that could shift depending on the type of offense. And if you look at it, the Badgers have played 2 teams that are somewhat similar, but I say Clinton is better at execution. That's Lake Hamilton and that's Harmony Grove. 2 teams that really like to run the ball, hit the A and the B gap, and get 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Clinton has some big guys up front that can move the defensive line. It's going to be a key for the Badgers to fill those holes in the interior tonight.
Big running back for Clinton, Zach Hunt Gonzalez, a senior running back wearing number 34 on your screen when you see him. But they're not afraid to throw it either with quarterback Brody Dufresne, coach's son. They will line up in some shotgun and try to take their shots downfield a little bit as well. two common opponents between these two teams, Fountain Lake and Harmony Grove. Arkadelphia played, obviously, those two in conference and won handily in both those games. Clinton played Harmony Grove in the second game of the season back on August 29th, 34-14, a 20-point win over Harmony Grove to the Clinton. And then last week, 62-32 over Fountain Lake, a 30-point victory. I don't know if you can go back to week 2. I guess it was technically week 1 after week 0. But I don't think you can go back to August 29th and take a whole lot of score comparison. But regardless, both these teams, that's the only common opponents you have, and they both handled those pretty well.
Yeah, I looked at the Fountain Lake game. I was able to watch some of that after our game Friday night, and Fountain Lake held for the first quarter. They had some success throwing the ball with Cooper Buss, and I expect the Badgers to do that tonight. I think the weakness they can expose is the back end for the Yellow Jackets, and so I expect a lot of passing attack from McCoy in the offense.
One key on that Clinton defense is their linebacking core. They feel like they have a very good linebacker core. Coach Shucker will talk about that in the interview here in a second as well. Dalton will be down on the sidelines tonight. He'll be with the coin toss. He'll be at the sideline giving us some thoughts from down there each quarter, and then halftime with Coach Shucker, and then post-game. And Dalton, your last thoughts before we head to the interview portion of the pregame show.
Yeah, this is it's a great night to be watching high school football. No matter what happens tonight, this is the seniors' last game at Badger Stadium at All Care Field. So I expect that those seniors to come out with some intensity. Warm-ups were pretty intense. I was down there for those on the sideline, and excited to be back covering Badgers. And it's going to be a very interesting contrast of how Coach Shucker said you get balls in the box.
Arkadelphia and Clinton, 19 minutes away from kickoff. This is the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. When we come back, we'll hear from Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Interview brought to you by ATO Automotive. We'll be back after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football.
The Board of Directors at South Central Electric Cooperative believes in the necessity of high-speed internet access in rural South Central Arkansas. South Central Connect was created to fulfill a need other internet providers were not able to provide in our area. South Central Connect, through our local cooperative, brings the necessity of internet service to your house, much like they did electricity in the 1930s. Sign up today at southcentralconnect.net or call 855-269-3429.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show. Chris Babb with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Each week this interview brought to you by ATO Automotive on Pine Street. Give James Rollins and crew a call, 870-210-5269. I got a vehicle in there right now I'm trying to get fixed so we can get back on the road. Coach Shucker, we sit here at the in the press box in advance of tonight's second-round matchup with the Clinton Yellow Jackets. Last week, a 44-6 win over Highland. I do want to talk a little bit about that game in a couple of minutes, but you and I were talking as we before we started. We're in the second round of playoffs, and this seems like a somewhat different year in Class 4A. Throughout the season, those who have polls, I think there are 75 different polls, have rotated between 5 or 6, 7 different teams that they believe have a chance. And we're sitting here in the second round with 8 games tonight, and there are some really, really good matchups around the state. And I don't know if it's been like that in the second round because there are so many teams that seem to be on even playing fields.
There are. This year in the playoffs it's brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you look across the board, and every year everybody always looks at the bracket and they try to piece the matchups together and see kind of the path that everybody has, and just the different matchups. This year, this week, it's brutal across the board. I mean, there are going to be some really good teams sitting at home next week. There's multiple 1 seeds that have the potential to get upset.
Right.
And there's some really good teams in good matchups across the board this week, and 4A is very competitive.
You have at least 2 matchups, and Arkadelphia with Clinton is one of them. You have Dardanelle versus Hamburg. That is a 1 versus 2.
Yeah.
Arkadelphia Clinton's a 2 versus 2. Arkadelphia Clinton's a 2 versus 2.
Yep.
But Dardanelle and Clinton were separated by a blocked field goal.
That's right.
And so either one of those, Hamburg could have did not beat Stuttgart. If they'd won that game, it would have been flipped. And so there are some very interesting matchups. Before we get into that matchup with Clinton tonight, let's go back to last Friday night, the win over Highland. Quick start. Kind of slow in the middle. I think we're kind of used to coming out in that third quarter and getting a couple of scores and getting the clock rolling, but it just kind of had a couple of hiccups offensively. But you do end up getting a win 44-6, and so I could sense in your post game last week with Dalton, even after a 44-6, it's kind of like, yay. Now, any win in the playoff is good,
no doubt.
But you also had plenty of things to work on in practice this week.
Yes, and in the post game, I didn't mean to sound negative on it, but just the whole deal is,
I think you're probably more positive than we were because you got to win,
Yeah. Well, Highland's a good team for one.
Right.
Coach Stowers and staff does a great job. They were very prepared for us. Like I said, they're a very good team. They're very good at what they do. They play hard, and they gave us some issues, and we didn't execute through that. The frustration from that, it comes from, I know what we've got to do down the line to win the games down the line.
Right.
It's playoff time. It's win or go home, and to keep your season alive, you've got to execute. You've got to make the play when the situation arises. And I didn't think we did that. I thought I think we were inconsistent at that. We'd made a lot of plays, but had 550 yards of offense. But there's a lot of points to be had out there that we left out on the field.
Still, you do come up with a 38-point victory. Your defense did a nice job of taking care of what it needed to take care of and putting the team in a position to win.
No doubt. Our defense was very consistent. Only allowed 6 points to be scored. We blocked the PAT, and special teams played phenomenal also. So, all other aspects of the game were very, very good.
Right,
very
and we're talking about a 6 or 8 minute span in the third quarter. So it's not like we're trying to say poor pitiful me. But there was just a stretch where I know it wasn't up to what you guys expect.
Well, and there was a lot of things that happened in that small amount of time.
Right.
And if we do what we're supposed to do in those 6 minutes in the third quarter, I believe there's about 21 points to be had on that. And that could have happened really fast.
Right.
And it just didn't. And so we just got to be able to overcome that, and we did Friday, but that's going to get tougher to do, especially tonight.
Let's talk about this Clinton team coming in, a first start against their defense, your offense.
Yeah.
And you go back to last week, you were telling me it was each different position group. It was on one play, it was here, one play was here. I think it's kind of the definition of all 11 players needing to be on the same page and do what they need to do. You're going to have to do that against a Clinton team that is not the same Clinton team that Badger fans have seen in 2 previous playoff attempts or playoff games here.
No, this is a very good Clinton team, and we've played good Clinton teams in the past. Coach DeFriend does a great job. Him and his staff. I mentioned it in the show earlier this week that I think that he's a coach that is underappreciated just by the media and just by everybody that talks about football. And I think he does a great job with his program, being in Clinton, and they're Clinton-born, Clinton-raised guys that they take a lot of pride in their program and who they are, and being a Yellow Jacket, and I think they do a great job. And they're going to come out here and they're going to play their heart out, and it's going to be a physical football game. Talking about our offense versus their defense, what they will play multiple different fronts. They'll play, give us different alignments in coverage based off of the fronts. They'll give us a 3 front, give us a 3-2 box to our 10 personnel looks. and they'll play man on every receiver, and then they'll have 2 safeties over the top of it all. Okay, and so we've got to do a good job of running the football when they give us that. We've got to be able to hurt them in the run game. We've got to create explosive plays. They've got 2 really good inside backers that eat everything up, and that's why they've been able to get away with that all year. But what we're expecting is they've not seen an offense that's physical and as fast as what we have, and so we're hoping that we can match and exceed their physicality, and then just be out-athlete them.
Right,
Sorry, I
right.
can't get it out.
Yeah.
No, but then if that's not working for them, they will get to a forefront, and they're going to keep those same 2 backers in the box and then man up everybody else with whatever's left. They're going to keep one high safety. They'll bracket one of the receivers. We have a good idea of who that would be, but we'll have to start whenever we get out there and recognize it. When that happens, that's when we've got to take our shots. We've got to be able to connect. We've got to catch the football in the pass game.
In the passing game, one of the things that we've talked about is I try to learn more about the offense, and then also a few years ago having a couple of receivers in the house, hearing about it every Saturday and Friday night.
Yeah.
It really is important for your receivers to run the routes correctly.
Yes.
Because you have your passing game tries to take advantage of coverages, and that is important. It's a vital part of that, and the receivers running the routes are supposed to run.
That is, and it deals with timing. It deals with attacking the coverage, right? When you go against a team that is playing zone, there's it's like basketball, right? There's gaps in the zone, okay? And you got to get the ball to those gaps. You got to get the ball to the space. When the receiver doesn't run to that space, they do something else. Quarterback standing there with the ball in his hand. And, if the receiver's not in the right spot, they're getting covered. With what we're playing with tonight, when they play man, we have got to beat man coverage. We've got to be able to push vertical. We've got to be sharp on our routes. We've got to be able to get to our depth of our routes and make them flip their hips so that when we cut, we can get their defenders off balance. We've got to play physical through contact, because that's another thing that with their man tech, they're going to reach, grab, and hold. And through the film, they've not been called on that. They should have been called quite a bit on defensive holding calls, and they've not. Just with how they play, they're physical with it, and I think the referees have allowed them to do that. And so I'm expecting that to happen again tonight.
Right.
So it's been preached to our guys all week that we are going to have to play physical through contact to get to our depth, to sharp cut at the top, and get open.
And if you're not going to get called on, you keep
gotta
doing it.
That's right. You got to keep playing through it.
That's
You
right.
got to play the game that the refs are willing to call.
Let's talk about Clinton's offense. Traditionally a run-heavy offense, but these are also some heavy players. This is a big Clinton team that you're going to see tonight.
Yes, they're big, they're physical, they're nasty. You mentioned it. Arguably should be the 1 seed out of their conference.
Right.
They lined up for a field goal against Dardanelle and got it blocked as time expired. Lost the game 28-26. That field goal, if they'd have made it, would have won. And then they're sitting in a different position, but they're good enough to be the 1 seed is the point. We're the same way. We feel like we're in that same boat.
Right.
So this is a good matchup. 2 teams that are a 2 seed coming out of their conferences, but feel like they could have and should have been the 1. Offensively, they are a downhill run. They're wing T, straight wing T. They will get into a shotgun formation every now and then on different sets and different down and distances. But they are going to try to run true wing T runs. So we've got to, again, match and exceed the physicality, and we can't get trapped. They're going to run the fullback trap, and we can't get trapped tonight.
Talk about the intangibles of a playoff game. When you get to this point, you have players who have been in this spot before. Obviously, you have made runs. So it's not a new thing, but each team is new and each situation is new. And so being able to take that excitement of the situation, everything that goes around being in a playoff game at home, and channeling that into execution seems to be an important part of tonight's game plan.
It does, and I think one of the things in our favor is it's at home, right? Like my speech yesterday in our Perfect Thursday run-through practice, at the very end was, seniors, this is your last game in Badger Stadium. Last one.
Right.
I can't guarantee you a win. I can't guarantee you anything else other than I guarantee you this is your last time to play in Badger Stadium. And, that hit home.
Yeah.
And I think that our seniors are going to go out and they are going to play like it is the last time they're going to play in this stadium. And, they're excited about it. I really feel like it's going to be a fun game. I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game, and we've got to be able to match and exceed the physicality. We got to make the plays when we're there, and it comes down to the plays being made.
It is the last game because no matter what, the winner will go on the road next week and then also in the semifinals in 2 weeks, whoever gets to that point. Well, Coach Tucker, thanks for taking your time out to join us on this interview each week, brought to you by ATO Automotive. James Rollins and crew on Pine Street, 870-210-5269. We'll be back with more of the Southern Bancorp Badger pregame show after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com. We're not going to take a break real quick because we are ready for the coin toss. Captains are on the field for Arkadelphia: Seth Molinari, Clark Wingfield, Amari Ford. For the Clinton Yellow Jackets, it's like Ryland Jones. And let's go down to the coin toss.
Clinton with the visiting team. You speaking on their behalf? Okay. All right, that coin right there, AOA, will be the heads, the AAA symbol. That's going to be the tails. If y'all will take one step back, what's your call? Tails. Tails? What does it say? Tails? I'm going to flip it right here, okay? See what we get. It is a tails. Ball. All right, which way do you want to kick? All right, put your back to the clock. White, come over and face the clock. Clinton has won the toss. They will receive.
All right, there you have it. Clinton has won the toss and will receive. The other captains for the Yellow Jackets, Sam Standridge, and one of those big offensive linemen, Alec Huey. We bring the voice of the Badgers, Jeff Root, in tonight. Jeff, this is a second-round playoff match. It has the feel of something quarterfinal or semifinal round because these are two quality football teams getting ready to meet up here in a couple of minutes.
I like what Coach Tucker said in that this is a game in which it would appear that we're talking about two number 1 seeds who happen to be seeded number 2. I mean, they're really outstanding teams, both of them. Not surprising, though, that Clinton would want the ball to begin the game. They're very proud of this offense.
Yes, and it is a powerful offense. This is an offense that has put points on the board, 62 last week against Fountain Lake. It's an offense that will run the ball. You're going to get behind that big offensive line. I expect Arkadelphia to maybe have an extra linebacker rather than a defensive back. We'll see how Arkadelphia comes out in that alignment. Wouldn't be surprised if we see Quintavion Morris, Malachi Hamilton, Ethan Lewis, and maybe Mario Brownlee. But Clinton will also pass the ball, so you have to respect both.
I tell you what, Chris, I also like the fact of what we're seeing right now. The Arkadelphia Badgers entering the field for this playoff game, round 2, their last game here at Badger Stadium. You win, you go on the road for the rest of the playoffs. You lose, you go home. And so Arkadelphia is ready to play tonight. We saw it in the warm-ups. The Badgers are excited about the game. We got some smoke on the other side of the field as the Clinton Yellow Jackets come onto the field. We can tell in warm-ups that they're obviously hyped for this game as well. So the lights are on now. We're going to be able to see some football momentarily as the two teams will come onto the field. Once again, Clinton is going to have the ball first. It is a big offensive line. Got a couple of big running backs. They want to run the ball right at you.
They do, and I think that was their strategy. If they won the toss, they wanted the ball. What they're going to try to do is eat up time to try to make it pressure Arkadelphia's offense, so when they have the ball, they have to be efficient. We talked about this one game earlier in the season. I think it was either Lake Hamilton or Harmony Grove, but this is different. This is the playoffs. Arkadelphia's offense, that's going to be the goal for Clinton, is to keep Arkadelphia's offense off the field. So I think first downs are key for Arkadelphia to keep Clinton behind the sticks.
Honestly, Chris, I don't think Arkadelphia has really been challenged since at least the Bauxite game, and you might even go back to the preseason when they were playing higher classification teams. If they regain the form they had in those games, they've got a really good shot of moving it on.
It has been a while. You go back to the Bauxite game and the week before that, the Nashville loss. It's been a while, and for that matter, Clinton's almost in the same position where they haven't really been challenged either. These are two quality football teams.
Now, Clinton has some throwback kind of uniforms. I mean, they may have them every week, but I love the fact that I can see some numbers on there, and you're seeing a team in white with the gold helmets. The Yellow Jackets are the visiting team in white, and you see the Badgers in all blue getting ready to kick off the football. Seth Molinari, a fantastic year as a kicker. and that includes his kickoffs.
It is. It'd be interesting to see how Arkadelphia attacks this kickoff because you want to try to pin them deep. Seth Molinari has done that. When you try to go to that corner, you do risk it going out of bounds. Clinton does have one deep at the 5-yard line and two upbacks at the 20. They'll probably creep back after the Badgers extend and line up.
Still a little smoky down there on the opposite side of the field from about the 20-yard line in from the run-through for Clinton, but that shouldn't have an effect on this opening kickoff. Seth Molinari is ready, and we are ready for playoff action. Round 2 of the Class 4A playoffs. Arkadelphia at home taking on Clinton, and here is the kick. Going to be a line drive shot, but it's going to go deep, returnable from the 6-yard line, returned up to the 10, to the 15-yard line, hit as he hits to the 20-yard line. That's good coverage.
Colton Warren, one of those receivers, talking to the broadcast crew from Clinton, our friend Jeff Hall. They do feel like they have a very talented receiver. They feel like this is the first time they really have two talented receivers to mix with that big offensive line and running back. 34, Zach Hunt Gonzalez is the big running back that they like to go to as well.
And they are going to put the ball down at the 21-yard line. First down and 10 for Clinton as we get started from the line of scrimmage. They're going to line up in a tight formation. We have seen this before previously, but not with a team this big. So let's see what they can do with it. Running play right away. A flag will stop the action.
Yeah, Arkadelphia is going to get called for offsides. Just to look like they probably lined up in the neutral zone, and so it'll be 1st and 5.
And they're going to move it to the 26, as you said. So 1st down and 5. It did look like Arkadelphia was in position. They're going to run right at the Badgers on 1st down. But on 1st and 5, let's see if they change the play or come right at the middle of the line of scrimmage for Arkadelphia again.
Single coverage with that receiver on the far side.
The quarterback is the coach's son.
Yes.
He's a good one.
Brody DeFriend can run this offense. He's a good athlete as well. We see some early shifting.
They shift to the right side. They run to the right side. Not much of a hole there. Big hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Big hit. That was Ethan Lewis who came up from that linebacker position to get the stop for no gain. Kind of flipped him over. That's an early clubhouse leader for our Scott Bird DDS smash mouth big hit of the game.
Yeah, really nice play. The ball carrier that time was Rylan Jones. He is a all-conference player as well. Smaller variety, but he was flipped that time. On 2nd and 5, they want to throw the ball. They want to throw it deep down across the middle of the field. It is incomplete. And it is 3rd down.
They had two receivers, one going to the right side, and then that one, Sam Standards, he was one of the senior captains. He was on the left side, and so DeFriend kind of got the Badgers thinking it was going left, and then came back and threw down the seam, overthrew that one just a little bit. Standards had a step on the defender.
Yeah, he's a tall receiver, too. Had a real chance, but the ball was too long, and he couldn't get there. So 3rd down and 5. They got 5 free yards on 1st down, a no-gain run, and an incomplete pass, and now it's 3rd down, 5 yards to go. And they want to pass again. He's going to roll to his right on the far side of the field, looking for space. He will run, will step out. He does not have a 1st down.
We got a flag. Jim Roth will spied a holding call that he thinks is going to be called against Clinton.
Flag on the play.
He did not make a 1st down, so let's see.
Holding against the Yellow Jackets.
It would be 4th and 2, I believe, from actually it was going to be 4th and 3 from where DeFriend went out of bounds. So looks like Arkadelphia is going to take the penalty.
I believe they will. They want to push him back, now have a good 3rd down and force them to punt from deep on their own end. The ball will go all the way back to the 16-yard line. So it will be 3rd down and 15 yards to go.
Arkadelphia is going with 4 down linemen. Skylar McClure, Lance Gully,
3rd down and 15.
and Hill and Xavier Williams. And we do have the previous 3 plays had 4 linebackers, now just the 3.
And that big back, he was so strong. Zach Hunt Gonzalez has checked out of the game on this play. Might signal a pass. Of course, they've got to have 15 yards here on 3rd down. DeFriend back to pass. He is looking to the right side. Will fire it to the sideline and throw it out of bounds and incomplete. So they're going to have to punt the ball to Arkadelphia.
Yeah, DeFriend had some traffic over there. There were a couple of different receivers. had traffic in that area, a couple of defenders there as well. The throw went high, but there was some pressure. One of the things Arkadelphia believes they can do is use Xavier Williams and Skylar McClure to get around that edge and some swim moves to put some pressure on Dufresne tonight, especially when they're in punting situations. Don't know if Dufresne's their punter, but he's going to step back now.
He is their punter, and he will kick the ball away. And that was blocked. Arkadelphia has blocked it. Ball's on the goal line. They're going to fight for the football. I believe Arkadelphia is going to fall on this. And let's see, it scoots out of the back of the end zone now. And it is a safety, I believe.
Yep, it scooted out of the back of the end zone. Now, Jeff, we talk about special teams. I don't know if we can go ahead and pull that one up with the Stinger 2. We can go ahead and get it. But this replay is going to show Arkadelphia coming back. Now it's our machine went kind of haywire on us. Arkadelphia has done a tremendous job on special teams. We talk about a block punt against Malvern, 2 safeties against Malvern, and now a safety. Wait, they're calling a touchback. Whoa, no, they're calling a touchback. Wait, what do we got here?
Oh, what have they called? I never saw the safety call, but the ball rolled out of the back of the end zone. The Badgers had a chance to recover it, but I don't believe that they got control of it. Now the officials are just having to talk about it. They are just talking about it.
Going to need an explanation if...
It looked like a Badger would have a chance to fall in the end zone.
The kickoff.
But then it rolled out the back of the end zone. I don't believe anybody had the possession. It is a safety.
Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know why it took that long discussion. Now I believe we've going to be able to see that. But Arkadelphia did a tremendous job again of getting into that, getting back there. Now we're going to see Arkadelphia back there trying to get on the ball. You see it squirt out the back of the end zone. So I just think that was – I don't know if they were overthinking or what, but regardless, Arkadelphia gets on the board.
And nobody had possession. If the Badgers had recovered it, they weren't going to fumble it out of the back of the end zone. It would have been a touchdown.
Right.
So clearly it is a safety. I don't know if maybe somebody kicked it out the back of the end zone. Maybe they had to have a discussion about that, or maybe just somebody was unclear. But they did straighten it out correctly, as we believe it was indeed a safety, and that is eventually the call. Arkadelphia leads it 2-0. Still 10:55 left early in the first quarter. That's the 4th safety for Arkadelphia against the opponent in the past 2 games in the series.
It is crazy. You know, that could be – I wouldn't be surprised. I saw this kicker practicing some onside kick. In talking to the broadcast crew, those coaches have said we cannot kick it to a Ryan Roberts or Cam Archer.
Let's see what they will try to do. They will kick a bouncing ball that is going to go deep enough to be returnable from the 32-yard line up to the 40-yard line. This is Roberts to the 45. He'll go to the 49-yard line of Arkadelphia. First down and 10. Good field position.
You know, you mentioned it a while ago. They may have been deciding if Arkadelphia intentionally kicked that ball out of the back of the end zone. That's the only thing I can think of, but we're on to different things now. You know, Coach Shucker said last week in the pregame show that Arkadelphia is averaging around 35 to 40 yards on returns. And the ability for Arkadelphia to do that and set up the offense in great field position has been huge, and that's what happened right now.
That was a 17-yard return, first down and 10 Badgers at their own 49-yard line. First possession of the game for the Arkadelphia offense. Running play, up the middle it goes. Some room for Whitaker. Nice run across the 45 to the 42.
Coach Shucker did believe that if Clinton lines up in the defensive front that they expect, they could have success running the ball. See if Arkadelphia tries to establish that run early.
Second down, only 1 yard to go for the Badgers. They want to run again. Here's Whitaker. That's going to be enough for a first down. He'll be knocked down inside the 40 near the 38-yard line. Might call it the 39, but it's a first down either way.
Yeah, 2 plays, a Welch Funeral Home first down for the Badgers, 2 Caden Whitaker runs for 12 yards.
Badgers at the 39-yard line of Clinton, trying to be the first ones on the board tonight. First pass play to the screen, to the side it goes, and it's incomplete. Knocked down. Really fine defensive work that time by Harold McNabb.
Harold McNabb, a junior. You know, you look out there, there is some size, some height on that Clinton defense. Standridge is a safety, also plays offense. There are several going both ways as well.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Another pass play. Looking deep. He's going to throw deep down the sideline. He's got to manage just overthrown and incomplete.
He was there. Jason Moss on that far side, got by the corner. McCoy just didn't get it up in the air enough, and that would have been a touchdown for the Badgers.
3rd down, 10 yards to go. Arkadelphia ran twice, got a first down, a couple of incompletions, and they might try a pass again here on a 3rd down, even though it's a 4-down situation at the opponent's 39-yard line. Arkadelphia has been a successful passing and running team all year long, averaging well over 40 points per game. Back to pass is McCoy in the pocket. He fires deep, looking for the big score to the sideline. Fight for the ball. Arkadelphia has it. No, they're going to call it incomplete.
It was a great catch, but he was out. His foot landed on the white rather than inside. That was a great catch by Meekin, but he did land out of bounds, and so goes down as an incomplete. You know, they have some size advantage there, so they're going to Meekin with the jump ball. But he just landed with that first foot that came down was out of bounds.
So close, but not a touchdown. The last 2 plays very close to it, but neither one got to the end zone in fair territory. So 4th down, 10 yards to go. Badgers need 10 right here to keep the drive alive. McCoy wants to throw it. He's looking downfield. He's got some time to throw it. Now he's going to run. He'll make some yardage, but not make a first down. And they've turned it over on downs.
So Clinton gets a victory there on that possession. Arkadelphia had the ball at midfield, had 2 deep shots, just couldn't quite connect. And Clinton comes up and holds Arkadelphia 2 yards shy. Arkadelphia believes they can get behind the secondary of Clinton. They showed that on the first 2 plays, just weren't able to connect. So momentum back to Clinton as they kind of escape that little a rough patch.
He got 6, but he needed 10 on the 4th down play. Running play, fullback carries this time and finds a hole up to the 40-yard line of Arkadelphia.
I believe that was Hunt Gonzalez. 8 yards on first down is exactly what this running offense wants to get. Anything above 3 is a plus for them.
2nd down, 2 yards to go. He is a big back, but he also had a big hole that time. Ouachita secondary made the tackle. 8-yard gain, though. 2nd down, 2 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to hand off. Same young man is going to be hit hard in the hole. And I don't know if he got there or not. He might have made the first down. It's very close, but I tell you what, he was hit hard as Arkadelphia stood him up.
I believe that might have been Carson Brawley meeting him at the line. I believe it's going to be a first down, but that was still a big hit. And the more of those you can land on a running back like that, the more they start thinking about it, maybe you can pop the ball loose.
Tell you what, he got 2, but he got no more than 2. But after the 8-yard gain on first down, that's exactly what they needed. They did not have to measure as the ball was right at the 43-yard line. So first down and 10 for Clinton. First down of the night for the Yellow Jackets. Here's a run off tackle, but Arkadelphia covers it up. Fighting for extra yardage. He'll fall forward to the 46-yard line. And that's a powerful running back.
That was Ryland Jones. He made 3 yards out of what should have been 0. Quintavion Morris lined up on that strong side. He forced it back up the middle, which you expect that's what he needs to do. You thought Arkadelphia might be able to push him back, but they were able to get 3 yards on that play. Nice, strong run.
Yeah, he kept his legs churning, leaned forward, and fell forward. Fullback again. This is a good run up the middle. He is close and is going to make a first down.
Yeah, that trap, that fullback trap, Coach Shucker talked about it earlier today with me, and he said you've got to watch that trap when they try to stretch, and then they pop the fullback up the middle.
2 runs and another first down for Clinton as they move to the 46-yard line of Arkadelphia. We are in the first quarter. Clock starting to melt away in the quarter now with all the running attack. We're down to 8:08 left here in the opening quarter, and there is no score. Both teams have had the ball 1 time. Now Clinton in Arkadelphia territory. Same running back. Hit hard, but it will struggle forward and make some yardage up to the 42-yard line again. Against most opponents, that's no gain, and this time it's a gain of 3, maybe 4.
The yards after contact has been on the side of the Yellow Jackets so far. Arkadelphia is getting a push and getting initial contact at the line of scrimmage, maybe even behind, but the yards after contact have gone the way of the Yellow Jackets so far.
2nd down, 6 yards to go. They'll bring a man in motion near to the bottom of the screen. They'll run back in the opposite direction. A good block and a good run. He's got another first down, another carry by this tandem of running backs as Ryland Jones gets the carry this time and makes the first down. Ball at the 34-yard line. First down and 10. 3 first downs on this drive so far for Clinton. Arkadelphia had 2 long passes for near misses, almost touchdowns. This time, all run for the Yellow Jackets, and it is working so far. Tight formation as always. 2 backs in the formation. They hand it to the fullback again, and again he gets some yardage. He's hit hard, brought down at the 29-yard line, but that's a pickup of 5.
5 on first down again. Arkadelphia was able to recover on the first play of the game after having that penalty stopped on a 1st and 5 situation. 5 yards on first down is exactly what the Yellow Jackets would take every play.
You just wonder at what point they might pop up and throw the ball to a receiver who's man-to-man coverage at the top of your screen, but instead they're going to run again, a little counter play, and this time the Badgers defend it well, forcing a 3rd down.
Gain of 1. That was Harold McNabb on the coming around from the left side. Arkadelphia is going to have to stay in your lane. You have to stay in your assignment, stay in your gap, and those otherwise you can get some of those counter plays and can find some big gaps. Big play here, 3rd and 4.
4 down territory, no doubt, but 3rd down and 4. Arkadelphia has an opportunity here defensively. 2 tough backs in the backfield. The fullback gets the ball. He's hit. He'll fall forward, but he's not to a first down yet. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Number 34.
And they spot it right at the 25. Good spot for a pickup of 3. 4th down and 1. Surely they will go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not charting these, but I don't think they've run the same thing back to back, but I wouldn't be surprised to see Hunt Gonzalez up the middle again on a trap since they only need 1 yard.
Hunt Gonzalez is the the running back behind his quarterback. Arkadelphia, they are going to call that. Arkadelphia offsides. They had a man jump.
Yep, they stepped in the neutral zone. Obviously in high school, all you need to get across is that line. And they did that, so it'll be first down, another penalty. That's a penalty by first down, and you can't afford those.
Ball at the 20-yard line now. Arkadelphia trying to get into that backfield very quickly. It just happened a little too fast.
Dufresne must have had a good hard count there to try to get the defense to jump. He got one of those linebackers just to go about 6 inches too far.
All right. They'll line up again, looking for a running play, and they go wide and a slip, and that time not much of a gain at all on the carry by Rylan Jones. Tried to cut to his left and fell.
Again, Quintavion Morris sealed that edge, forced the running back to cut back. He slipped, and so that's a loss on first down.
First time on this drive they have lost yardage on a play, so 2nd down and 11 yards to go. Pass didn't work for Clinton on their first possession, so they've stuck to the run so far on this one. But now 2nd and 11. And they're going to hand it to the big back who's hit in the backfield and driven down. It's 3rd down and long now.
That's one that Arkadelphia needed, a 3rd and long situation. They did a nice job of seeing that trap and plugging that hole and getting a big hit. I think we can see that here on the Night Insurance replay. Watch Hunt Gonzalez get this handoff, and he's just going to be met right at the line when he gets it, and a big stop there on that end for a stop for loss.
Could not fight forward to get any yardage at all. On 2nd down, they lost a yard, so it's 3rd down and 12.
1-on-1 on the near side with the receiver.
On 3rd down, he looks over the defense, and I believe they're going to call timeout. Timeout is called by Clinton. Chris, it is a chess match. It's a physical game, and it's 0-0 so far.
Absolutely. 3rd and 12 at the opponent's 22-yard line. This is 4-down territory, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to, don't necessarily go for all 12 on the first play. They could end up trying to get Hunt Gonzalez, a little trickery, trying to get a misdirection play. We've seen the trap, and we've seen the counter. So 3rd and 12, though, there's a lot of stuff. This chess match between the offensive staff of Clinton and the defensive staff of Arkadelphia sure is fun.
Quarterback was standing there studying the defense, and then the sideline called timeout.
Right.
They didn't like something they saw in the Arkadelphia defense.
Well, and the play clock was running down. It was at 5 when he stood up, and so they weren't going to be able to get that play off anyway.
All right, 3rd down and 12 yards to go. Clinton at the Arkadelphia 22-yard line. 4:09 left in the opening quarter. I shouldn't have said no score. It's 2-0. There was a safety.
Right.
Arkadelphia leads it 2-0.
Bottom of the 2nd.
All proceeds go to Badger Athletics.
All right. Let's see if there's a strikeout here. And double little reverse, but it's not going to get much. Really well defended. Yep. They went for the misdirection play, and it did not work. Going to be 4th down. They need about 9 more.
Yeah, they handed off to Hunt Gonzalez, and then he handed the ball off to McNabb, who was coming from that right wing-back position. And a nice stop, 4th and 9. They do have a good kicker. You were watching him during pregame. Derek Infante can hit this. 2 good kickers on the field for both teams.
36-yard attempt from the middle of the field. He'll get it there. It's just a matter of whether or not Arkadelphia can perhaps block it, and they do, but there is a flag. They stopped it. They stopped it before they snapped it, I believe.
Man, offside, so it's going to be 4th and 4 now. So
now it's decision time all over again, isn't it?
A little bit too eager. And so now, with the success Arkadelphia has had on special teams, getting through the line, both on the punt and the field goal, I wouldn't be surprised to, well, no, I say that, and Infante's still out on the field.
He is. And it makes it just more likely he'll make it from 31 yards in the middle of the field.
Dufresne is the holder. He's the quarterback, so you got to watch for a leak out as well on a fake.
Oh, yeah, there's movement this time on the Clinton side.
Well, now we're right back where we started.
4th down and 9 back to the 19-yard line. You know, on the right wing, the blocker is Hunt Gonzalez. So I had this image in my mind of him going out for a pass on the right flat. And I don't know that they would try that on 4th down and 9 yards to go. All right, Arkadelphia's set. Once again, back to 36-yard field goal attempt. The kick is up. The kick is going to get there, and the kick is going to be good. The score is Clinton 3, Arkadelphia 2. And we have 3:06 left in the first quarter. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
There's a lot of banks out there, but there's not many like Southern Bancorp. You see, we're more than a bank in both who we are and what we do. Sure, we offer accounts and loans for you to bank and borrow for today, but we can also do more to help you build for tomorrow, like credit building, home ownership, small business support, and more. So no matter the financial story, we can help because that's what we do. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
15-play drive, Chris, 58 yards, but they had to kick a field goal, and yet Arkadelphia trails for the first time in the game. It is Clinton 3, Arkadelphia 2. 15-play drive, stopped finally by the Arkadelphia Badgers, and almost every play a running play. Now the Badgers will have the ball back and a chance to retake the lead. Where will they kick it is the question. Every time Arkadelphia lines up to receive a kick, that is the question. An onside kick going to be recovered by Clinton. The ball went over the head of the up back. He reached for it and couldn't reach it. That was a beautiful kick.
Yep.
He got a high bounce out of it, and it paid off for the Yellow Jackets.
He's a left-footed kicker, I believe, and he came sweeping that left foot, and it just caught the. Yep. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're good. Jeff Hall making sure we knew who Zach Hunt Gonzalez was. Yeah, that just took an absolute perfect bounce just over the head of that front line for Arkadelphia. Momentum still with the Yellow Jackets.
Caught it on the run and then went down, so it's good field position for the Yellow Jackets starting at the 43-yard line of Arkadelphia. All right, that's the equivalent of a turnover, so really nice opportunity now for Clinton to keep their drive going, keep their momentum going at the Arkadelphia 43-yard line. They want to run the ball, now do a little reverse hit in the backfield. They're going to lose yardage all the way back to the 50.
They were trying to set that up and let Dufresne set the edge on the right side, but it never got there. Never had a chance to get there as we take a look at Xavier Williams did a nice job of getting to that one.
All right, back to the action. From there, going to mark it at the 49-yard line. So from there, It is 2nd down and 16 yards to go. Back to pass. Want to throw it long. They're going to fire it down the field, and it is incomplete. A flag is down, and I think that's going to be offensive.
It should be. It sure looked like Standridge pushed off on the defender. You're going to have some upset Arkadelphia fans if that's called on the defense.
He clearly did. He got long arms, and he used them.
Oh, no, they called it on Arkadelphia.
Oh, gee whiz.
That's terrible. He was in a terrible position for that.
Gee whiz. Okay. Hands to the face against the defense was the call.
He said pass interference, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Wow.
Well, we'll try to get him to enunciate better next time.
Yeah, that was a terrible angle to see that because Standridge shoved off on the defender. But now you just got to make a play from the situation you have now.
All right, from the 34-yard line, Clinton. 2nd down, and they need 1. Here is a running play, and he's going to have a 1st down. That is Hunt Gonzalez, and he is to the 30-yard line.
The ball is number 34.
First down and 10 for Clinton. They got a break on a call. Took advantage of it with a 1st down. And they're at the Badgers' 30-yard line. Arkadelphia held them to a field goal on the last possession. And they will try to limit the damage here on 1st down. Shotgun formation. This is a bit of a change in this possession. They're going to run the ball with Jones, and he'll make some yardage, maybe 3, maybe 4 on the carry.
Clinton, we knew they were going to try to keep the ball out of Arkadelphia's hands, and they basically, you mentioned it was a turnover, they basically stole that possession, and so now we only have 1:45 remaining in the first quarter. Clinton will end up keeping this ball. That means Arkadelphia will have had, I believe, 4 offensive plays. Sorry, on the one drive, and then 6 when it stalled.
All right, here we go on 2nd down. They need 7 for a 1st down. Arkadelphia looking to stop them before they hit field goal range. Here is a pass. Nice fake. A throw to Standridge to the 10. He's to the 5. He's going to be knocked down near the 1-yard line. Did a good job of reaching for the ball. Nice fake on the running play. Play action worked for Clinton, and they are inside the 2-yard line.
You have Standridge who leaked out, and that was a nice play action, as you mentioned, by Dufresne, and threw it exactly where the tall Standridge could get it.
From the 2. Arkadelphia going to line up a defensive line and look for Mr. Hunt Gonzalez to get the ball. But no, it's going to be a quarterback sneak, and I don't think he's going to get there. He probably got to the 1. Let's see. They're going to spot it at the 1-yard line.
Nice job. Sorry, Jeff. Nice job by that interior of the defensive line to plug the just kind of stop the momentum of the line. The linebackers came back and pushed Dufresne back.
Pickup of 1, 2nd down and goal from the 1. Just 45 seconds left. Clock running. We're in the first quarter. It's 3-2 Clinton. 2 backs in the formation. Quarterback will hand it off this time. Hit immediately and turned around is Hunt Gonzalez, and he did not get in. Now that is a tall order to stop him from a yard out.
Well, there's 2. You got to have 2 more. The Badgers have done it before. I mean, you go back to the Hot Springs game where they were close to being going down by 2 scores. They've done it before, but it's a taller task here.
Ball is just inside the 1. 3rd down and goal, Clinton.
And that's going to be the end of the quarter.
They are going to let the clock expire, and it does. So at the end of 1 quarter of play in this very unusual but really hard-fought game, it is Clinton 3, Arkadelphia 2. We'll be back with second quarter action and see if Arkadelphia can finish off this goal line stand. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Locally owned and operated, Welch Funeral Home has been serving the Arkadelphia community since 2005. Our goal at Welch Funeral Home is to offer every family that will allow us to serve them the most caring, dignified, professional service at the most affordable price. With over 40 years of experience in the funeral home industry, owner Tim Welch and Welch Funeral Home have also been longtime supporters of the Arkadelphia Badgers and Lady Badgers. Contact Welch Funeral Home at 870-230-1400 or visit them at 202 South 4th Street near downtown.
Doctors Gary and Rob Rucker are proud sponsors of this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Dr. Gary and Rob Rucker supporting the Badgers since 1996.
With State Farm Home Insurance, you can get the help you need from a local agent if things get complicated. and from our easy-to-use app whenever you need it.
Call State Farm agent Roger Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Back to the action. It is 3rd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Arkadelphia has held them out of the end zone on 1st and goal from the 2, 2nd and goal from the 1. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Clinton leads it 3-2, and they're trying to go up with the first touchdown of the game. They're going to hand off once again to Hunt Gonzalez, and he is into the end zone. And so Clinton puts it in the end zone and extends their lead. Hunt Gonzalez with the touchdown. Extra point attempt to come. Battle tonight of 2 really fine kickers. Kick is up, and it is good. So it is 10 for Clinton, 2 for Arkadelphia. 11:57 left in the second quarter. There's plenty of time for Arkadelphia to come back, but they'd like to see the ball a little bit more often, and they're going to have to recover perhaps an onside kick every time they line up to return a kickoff from this point.
Yeah, either that or Clinton tried to kind of get Arkadelphia, catch them sleeping, make them adjust that kickoff return, and then try to pooch one over to kind of help with field position as well. It'd be interesting to see how they attack this one if they do go with another onside kick, because they know they don't want to kick to Archer or Roberts.
Arkadelphia forced a safety by blocking a punt. And then Arkadelphia, with good field position, drove into Clinton territory, had 2 deep passes. One of them was just a little bit too deep. The other one was caught in the end zone, but a foot landed out of bounds. So it was not a touchdown. After that, Clinton was able to make a long drive, kick a field goal, and then an onside kick was successful, and they drove down and got a touchdown. It was an 8-play drive covering 43 yards for Clinton. All right, let's watch this kickoff. Exciting things happen for Arkadelphia kickoffs. The strategy this time is to kick another onside kick, and Arkadelphia this time will recover it at the 49-yard line of Clinton.
I believe that, I'll wait and see the number, but I believe that was probably Walker Whitten. Yeah, nice job, Walker Whitten, of recovering that onside kick. Jeff, I'm going to go back to the last one. I said it was a left-footed kicker. He's a right-footed kicker, but he kicked that other onside kick with his left foot.
That takes a lot of practice, and it was a perfect kick.
It was.
Got a high bounce on the last kickoff. This one stayed low, and Whitten fell on it. A really important play for the Badgers. All right, Arkadelphia lines up. They need 49 yards. Man in motion. They're going to run it. Whitaker looking for space. He'll dodge one tackler and then be brought down at the 47-yard line for a pickup of just 2, 2nd and 8.
Yeah, something was just off with the timing a little bit on that one as Whitaker came from right side of the formation to the left. A little bit too much traffic there and couldn't get in stride. Caught from behind.
He is lined up to the left of his quarterback, Bryson McCoy. McCoy looks to the sideline. As usual, 2 receivers top of the screen, 2 to the bottom. They're spread out sideline to sideline. They'll run it right up the middle. Here's Whitaker. He's hit. He'll be brought down just inside the 45-yard line. Look, Chris, like he might get more than that, but Hunt Gonzalez with a nice tackle.
Yeah, that line was there. The line, there was a hole there. The line got a good hole, but then the linebackers came up and plugged it for a short gain, and 3rd and 5 now for Arkadelphia.
So the Badgers line up, probably in 4-down territory. They need 5 yards. Pass play. McCoy, open receiver. He's got it at the 41 to the 35. Makes it to the 30-yard line and out of bounds. Big play by Cam Archer.
Yeah, it was a nice job by McCoy. He had a couple of different options there. He had Whitaker on the wheel route out of the backfield. He waited. Nice job by the line of giving him time, and he found Cam Archer with a strike.
18-yard gain. First down Arkadelphia at the 26-yard line of Clinton. They're going to pitch it this time, and this is Roberts, who is going to carry it to the right side. He's number 20 tonight instead of number 5, and he was hit before he could get back to the line of scrimmage. That was well defended. Loss back to the 28-yard line for a 2-yard loss. 2nd down and 12. Badgers line up quickly. We're back to the action. They're going to hand it to Whitaker, looking for space around the edge, and he'll get some yardage, but he's going to go down and is in pain at the 25-yard line.
3rd and 10 situation now for the Badgers. Arkadelphia has been bitten by the injury bug over the last 3 weeks. Malachi Hamilton now in at running back for the Badgers.
Ball at the 25-yard line. 3rd down, 9 yards to go for Arkadelphia. Badgers line up. 4-down situation, I'm sure. I don't think they'll kick a field goal from here. Down by 8, they want a touchdown. And on 3rd down, McCoy is looking, still looking. Rolling to his left, he'll have to throw it away. It's incomplete. 4th down, 9 yards to go. He looked and looked, Chris, found nobody, and threw the ball away.
Yeah, it looked like there was a receiver who McCoy was expecting someone to be in a spot. It might not have been. Coach Shucker talked about that on the pregame show, where lines got to protect. Receivers have to run the correct routes for the defense that's called. And they are going to bring Molinari out for a field goal.
All right, he'll try a field goal of over 40 yards. They're going to set it up for a 42-yard field goal attempt for Seth Molinari. He is perfect on extra points. Let's see if he can make a long field goal. The kick is up, and the kick is going to slip a little too low and go no good under the crossbar. So 9:45 left in the second quarter. Arkadelphia has failed to score after a drive, and it's still Clinton 10, Arkadelphia 2.
Yeah, just didn't quite get that one off the ground enough. Coach Shucker and Chandler talking to Seth and giving a pat on the back. The coaching staff wanted something. I couldn't quite tell what they were trying to get. Maybe they rushed over the snapper, Casey Pye. That's what they were trying to get. But regardless, it's 1st and 10. Clinton. Defense for the Badgers has to have a stop.
All right, 20-yard line. Clinton, at least they don't have good field position this time. They got to start from their own 20. They want to run it. Here's a play. Ooh, that's a nice game, but a fumble. Ball is loose. Arkadelphia fighting for it, and I believe Arkadelphia got it. Way back at the 36-yard line. It rolled for a while, but Arkadelphia got the ball. Great field position for the offense to come back on the field.
Let's go ahead and take a look at that one. I think we'll be able to see this play. There's the fumble right there. The defense does what it needs to do. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Badgers there around that ball. 6 versus 1. That's why Arkadelphia has the ball. That's the turnover the defense needed to force.
All right, Arkadelphia's offense gets a new life. They'll start over at the 36-yard line of Clinton. The onside kick was essentially a turnover, and now a turnover for Clinton. Arkadelphia's got a chance to take advantage. Trailing by 8, it's 10-2. McCoy at quarterback. In the shotgun, of course, he wants to throw. To the right side, that's a completion to Archer. He's knocked out of bounds, but a nice gain on 1st down up to the 30.
Gain of 6. That was a quick hitter. Nice route by Archer. Nice pitch and catch from McCoy to Archer. Arkadelphia has not had very many big gains on 1st down other than the Whitaker run on the first possession.
2nd down. They need 4 more, and they're going to throw it. To the flat it goes. This is Archer fighting for the ball. He does catch it. He's in traffic. He's going to fight for more yards. He'll get a couple, and then he's going to go down.
They're going to give him a couple of yards, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. Boy, Archer's just fortunate, one, to be able to hold on to that ball. It was a forward pass, so it would have been incomplete. But then after he was bobbling it, glad he held on to it after the big hit.
3rd down. They need about 2.5. Badgers are going to set up. One receiver top of the screen. They're going to roll to the right. McCoy is looking. He's under pressure. He will throw the ball away. It's 4th down. Nobody open. Defender coming. He didn't take a chance. Just threw it out of bounds, and that will create a 4th down.
4th down and 2 now for the Badgers.
All right, Arkadelphia needs 2 more yards to keep this alive. You don't want to give up the ball now after the turnover.
It is good to see Whitaker back in there. Big 2 yards, big play for the Clinton defense here.
Whitaker to the right of his quarterback. 2 receivers bottom of the screen. Roberts is one of those in the slot, top of the screen. Badgers have 2 receivers. Archer is one of those, and now a timeout has been called. Badgers will talk about it. Let's take a break also. It is a game full of anxiety, I'd say, so far. It's Clinton 10, Arkadelphia 2, 8:36 left, second quarter. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Victory doesn't just happen on game day. It's earned in the sweat, the silence, the prep. No crowd, no lights, just focus. Because when something unexpected happens like an accident, you need a team that's ready. I've been fighting for clients for over 30 years. There's a reason we're still in the game. And at Taylor King Law, we don't just show up. We win. On your side, by your side. The winning side.
We are back to live action. In just a moment, we hope to go down to the sideline, talk to our man on the sideline, Dalton Reed. Arkadelphia needs 2 yards here, Chris. Really important to make some points here on this drive. They missed a field goal on the last opportunity. Had a deep pass to the end zone that was called out of bounds. We think that was a correct call, but they almost scored on that possession. But they trail it by 8. We're in the second quarter. Arkadelphia lines up quickly now. 4 receivers top of the screen. They'll pitch it, and they want to run behind those guys, and they're going to fight and make a first down.
Whew. That's what Arkadelphia needed. They do get the first down. Now we have a lot of whistles. Let's bring in Dalton Reed. Dalton, a little bit tense down there. The offense, I know, is trying to get something going.
Yeah, that's right, guys. The offense is trying to get something going here. They're moving here with tempo. Defense has been holding strong. Let's see if offense can punch it in here.
From the 24 on first down, they're going to throw for the end zone. Looking high, catch. That is I'm waiting for the call. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. Excellent catch in the far sideline.
Bryce Meekin had the route on the first possession and stepped out of bounds, landed out of bounds. McCoy put that one where only Meekin could catch it. He went up, did a nice job of high-pointing that football, making the catch, and that is the kind of spark Arkadelphia needed.
Here it is. Molinari's kick is up, and that kick, well, there's a flag down, but the kick is good. So let's see what the flag's all about. Tell you what, though, they didn't chase the 2 points there, although they might have a chance now because I think this flag's going to go against Clinton. So I think they'll send the offense back on, try to tie this thing up. I was saying they weren't trying to go for the 2. They were going for the 1-point conversion. They made it, but because of the penalty on Clinton, they're going to go for 2 now.
Yeah, I think a substitution infraction is what was called. Well, here they go.
Replay the try.
I think he said substitution infraction. Didn't quite have his mic turned up like we wanted it to, but
all
now
right,
you go through the Rhino package.
Yeah, that was half the distance to the goal, about the 1.5-yard line. A 2-point conversion attempt. 2 blockers in front of Malachi Hamilton. They do give it to the second back through, and he's in easily. He is in easily. On the 2-point conversion is, in fact, Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton took that as kind of the fullback, and nice job by that offensive line up front of creating a hole. Malachi Hamilton is a tremendous running back. We haven't seen him much this year until the last couple of weeks, and that's why you see him.
Arkadelphia has tied it up, and the home crowd is feeling somewhat better. 8:15 left. We're in the second quarter. This is Arkadelphia Badger football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says go Badgers.
Hamilton is an outstanding linebacker, but I tell you what, when he's got the ball in his hands, he is quite a running back. He barreled into the end zone to tie this up at 10-10. That after Molinari had made the extra point attempt, but penalty against Clinton gave Arkadelphia a chance from just 1.5 yards out, and they got the score. So now the game is tied at 10. We're in the second quarter, 8:15 left before halftime. Arkadelphia is set to kick off. They turn that turnover into points. Here's a kick to the 9-yard line, returned straight up the far side. Big hit, though, at the 22, and immediately down he goes.
Boy, that was a tremendous tackle. I think that's Blake Moody, the way he's running off the thing. And that's good to see. Blake Moody was a second-string running back, maybe the starting running back, had some foot injuries, has not had the carries that he wanted, but that is a tremendous play by Blake Moody on kickoff coverage.
Ball is spotted at the 22-yard line. He hit the 20 in full speed and only made it to the 22. An immediate takedown by Moody.
Man, that was a big tackle, Jeff, because if they start to drive at the 30, the 35, it's completely different than a
Right.
22-yard line.
Especially after a big hit like that. So here comes Clinton to the line. Game tied at 10. They'll send a man in motion, running play, and a big hit. Arkadelphia has some momentum now. No gain on first down. They might give him a yard.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard, and still, that's another big hit from that Arkadelphia defense. I see Q Morris hopping up there. Malachi, I believe, also. Mario Brownlee on this near side. Arkadelphia still going with the 4 linebackers and 4 down linemen until it's a passing situation.
All right, Clinton in no hurry. They want to limit the number of times Arkadelphia will have the ball. They're using up some clock, and they're going to pitch it. Here is a run back to the left side. That counter play, the off-direction play, the reverse, it hasn't worked yet tonight, and it doesn't work again. 3rd down and long.
That's great job by the Badger defense of just discipline. Just a nice job of being disciplined, trying to catch the defense off guard. Nice job by the Badgers. Sets up a 3rd and 9 situation.
And the assumption is because Arkadelphia runs to the football that people are going to run out of position, but they've got people staying home and making the tackle on those reverse plays. 3rd down, 9 yards to go for the Yellow Jackets. They want to hand off, and they will. The running back is a good one, but he's hit, and he's going to be brought down. I think I see Williams and a couple other Badgers immediately on the hit.
Yeah, that was Hunt Gonzalez, and he went around the left side, and I'm kind of surprised on that play call right there. I thought they might try to go deep. Arkadelphia had single coverage on the receivers, no safety help, but it was a nice job by the Badger up front 7 again.
4th down, 5 yards to go. They are not yet in punt formation, but we would expect it. Need about 5.5 for the first down. Now they are in punt formation. They're going to kick it. Line drive kick, and it will bounce down the field across the 40, across the 35, and out of bounds. No chance for a punt return that time.
I was going to say, that was the instruction to DeFriend. Do not punt the ball where one can return it. That ball didn't get above our eye level, and we're about 20 feet higher than the ground, and that was by design.
What he did so well is make sure that the bounce was going to be in favor of his own team, and it did roll for a while before it went out of bounds. 1st down and 10, Arkadelphia, though, not bad field position at all, as the Badgers will start at their own 36-yard line. Arkadelphia with momentum. They scored moments ago, got the 2-point conversion, tied the game at 10. And now they've got the ball right back. Still 6:20 left in the first half. All kinds of time. McCoy at quarterback will pitch it. Here is a run play, and there's a little room on the edge. He's up to the 40. Good spin move to the 41-yard line, and then down he goes. That's Archer on the carry.
That was a nice block by Orion Roberts setting that edge.
They're going to mark it at the 41. Gain of 5 on the running play for Arkadelphia. 2nd down, 5 yards to go. Badgers line up quickly. They want to move fast. They want to throw. To the flat it goes. Here's Archer again. He's hit immediately and will lose a yard to the 40.
Big tackle. Yeah, sorry, big tackle by Ryland Jones, also a running back. We've seen Cam Archer be able to squeeze through some of those holes. Clinton made sure not to let that happen and hit Cam Archer and not let him get past that first line of defense.
A good job of holding on to the football. He was hit hard right after he got the ball. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Arkadelphia is moving quickly. Some of these guys that play both ways for Clinton, they don't want him to catch their breath. That's Archer in motion. Pass play. McCoy on the wheel route looking for Archer, and it's overthrown and incomplete. Well covered, too. They defended that. 4th down, 6 yards to go.
It was a nice job by Archer of getting out there just a little bit too strong from McCoy.
And what you got now is a real advantage in the punting game, as Meekin is an outstanding punter. And he will line up. He's, of course, also a quarterback, so there is the threat of a fake. But if he punts it, it's going to go for a while. Deep to receive the kick for Clinton is Coulter Warren. And it's going to be a high kick, a little bit shorter, but allowed to take an Arkadelphia bounce down the sideline and out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. So the two teams have exchanged punts after their offenses had made several first downs on previous possessions. The defense is starting to establish themselves.
Yeah, I thought that punt went off the side of Meekin's foot, but still bounced and gave a good roll. It was not as far off the side of the foot as I thought it might have been, and so another possession starting at the 25 for Clinton. The last one is at the 22. Arkadelphia seemed to be able to have a little bit of solve that Clinton offense on that last drive. Big play, big series here for both teams.
All right, they're going to move some blockers around to the left side, and they're going to run behind those guys with the quarterback. DeFriend is going to gain some yardage. They're going to drive him out of bounds. That's a good call, a good gain. Now a flag down at the end of the play.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a late hit out of bounds. The linebacker came and tackled DeFriend, and then I guess they said he kept tackling too long.
He drove him out of bounds. I didn't see what happened after that, Chris, but the officials did throw the flag. It was, of course, on the Clinton sideline, 15-yarder. The gain was up to the 33-yard line. They'll mark it off from there, so this will end at the 48-yard line. First down and 10, and suddenly it's good field position. Well, that turned things around quickly in terms of field position.
DeFriend was going to have a big gain on first down anyway, and then you add the 15 to it.
Clinton lines up, a familiar wing T formation. Big hit and not much of a gain at all. It's been tough sledding for their best running back, and that is their biggest running back as well, Zach Hunt Gonzalez. Got 1 yard.
Regardless of who wins this game, both teams are going to be feeling this one tomorrow. There's some big hits. You kind of have that downhill blocking style from Clinton. Arkadelphia matching that with their physicality.
It is a heavyweight match for sure. Second down, 9 yards to go. They're going to run the double reverse handoff again, and this time it'll get maybe 2, maybe 3 yards. But again, Arkadelphia is right there for the tackle. They continue to try that, giving it to Harold McNabb, looking for that one time when it really opens up. Ball at the Arkadelphia 47-yard line. And a running play. Hunt Gonzalez is hit. He is driving. He is not making a first down. They push him back. He reached the 44-yard line. They need one more.
Yeah, 1.5, maybe closer to 2. They're going tempo, though, Jeff. They're trying to get this running game going quickly.
Fourth and between 1 and 2. We're going to call it 2. Fourth down and 2 yards to go. Long snap count. Arkadelphia does not jump this time. Now they look to the sideline. They're ready for action. DeFriend, the quarterback, will hand off. Hunt Gonzalez is hit. Doesn't get much. Let's see what the call is going to be. This is very, very close.
Based on where they're running in, I don't think he got it.
What a job by Arkadelphia if they have indeed stopped him.
They did.
And they did. First down and 10, Arkadelphia. What a job. I mean, he's a quality, large running back, and they stopped him in his tracks.
Yeah, there's a lot of momentum when Hunt Gonzalez gets that ball, and I know that has not happened very often this year to this offense. That is another fantastic job by that front seven of Arkadelphia. Man, heavyweight matchup. You nailed it a while ago.
All right, so Arkadelphia from its own 43-yard line, back out on the field, 10-10, 3:34 left, second quarter. Still plenty of time for Arkadelphia to grab a halftime lead. They want to hand off. Here's Whitaker. He cuts into the line. He's hit. He will not escape that tackle. He'll gain 2 yards to the 45. Another compliment for Clinton is that they do know how to tackle.
Absolutely. 2 solid tackling teams on the field tonight.
Badgers line up quickly. Don't want to waste any time. Put some pressure on guys playing both ways for Clinton. Pass to the flat, incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Moss couldn't quite hang on. Third down, 9 yards to go, or 8 yards to go.
Yeah, that would have brought up about a 3rd and 2. Instead, 3rd and 8.
All right, the Badgers need 8 yards at their own 47-yard line. Arkadelphia does. Oh, now they're going to back up the ball to the 46.
Oh, they did.
I had it at the 45 after the last play. And let's see where they're going to put it.
Yep. They noticed it.
It's back to the 45.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's harder to tell those things when you're on the field than when you're sitting where we're sitting.
Absolutely.
But we still expect them to get it right. From the 45-yard line, 3rd down. Badgers need 8. Rolling to his right, McCoy looking for someone to throw to. Meekin can't quite get there. That would have been a first down, but just off the fingertips and incomplete.
I was looking at Meekin. He was going on that deep out route, planted the foot, and then had the route towards the sideline that would have been past the sticks, but just couldn't quite connect.
All right, deep to receive this kick is Colton Warren. He'll stand at the 14-yard line. Let's see if Meekin wants to kick it deep. He will do that indeed, and it's a fine kick. It will be allowed to bounce, and it will take an Arkadelphia bounce. Now it goes sideways. They're going to fall on it at the 20-yard line. So from the 20-yard line, Clinton will take over. Now the Yellow Jackets have 2:51 left. They can throw the ball. They like to run the ball. They have enough time to choose either one, at least for a little bit of time. If the runs gain enough yardage, stop the clock a few times, they got a shot here. Clinton has 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, both teams with 2 timeouts left. Clinton will try to use its wisely. If Arkadelphia gets a stop or 2, they might try to use one on defense as well.
Arkadelphia got its touchdown after a Clinton turnover on a 36-yard drive. They might benefit from one more dropped ball. Here is a run to the left side and a gain. That's great second effort, but a flag goes down at the end of the play.
Well, that flag was thrown with a purpose. That was a line drive. Fastball from the White Hat.
And the tackle was still happening as he did. It's going to be a face mask.
On Arkadelphia, yeah.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Arkadelphia will give up another penalty at a time that will hurt them. That was a tough run, and somebody wound up getting a hold of the face mask. Mark off to the 30-yard line, and it will be a first down. Now they're finally going to move the chains, I think. First down. Yes, first down to 10. From the 30. So it was not a personal foul, not the long version of that face mask, but first down and 10 anyway. They're going to change the formation. This often is a power play to the left side. This time the trap to the fullback, but Arkadelphia's there. They've done a better job against them on that play lately. Hunt Gonzalez a little slow getting up on that carry. Picked up a couple.
And there comes Arkadelphia's first timeout.
All right, we're going to take a break also. The ball spotted at the 32-yard line. It is 2nd down and 8, and it will be 2nd and 8 when we come back from this break. The score is Arkadelphia 10, Clinton 10. 2:36 left. We're in the second quarter tonight. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Back to the action. Jeff Root along with Chris Babb. Chris, a lot of fun to have you on color commentary tonight.
Yeah, Cooper Dar couldn't be here tonight. Thanks to Gavin Wallace for playing quarterback, and I get to talk with you.
This has been a tense game, really played with a lot of intensity, but it is tied up at 10. Both teams looking at opportunities they haven't taken advantage of. Both teams looking to continue the good defensive play and score a few more points here in the second half, but the second quarter is not over. Still 2:36 left. Clinton with the ball, 2nd down, 8 yards to go. They just had a change on the offensive line. One of their offensive linemen a little bit banged up. They want to run a quarterback draw, and they're going to get some yardage out of it, but the quarterback is squared up and hit. He didn't fall forward, so he got yardage up to the 37-yard line for a pickup of 5. It's 3rd down and 3.
Hamilton with that tackle. Arkadelphia calls another timeout, trying to get a stop here on 3rd down now.
All right, Arkadelphia, let's keep it right here this time. Arkadelphia would love to get the ball back, and with Arkadelphia's offense, you don't have to have a lot of time to score.
No, if you can get a stop here on 3rd down and force a punt, Arkadelphia, they have not taken those 2 timeouts off the board, so I think, they went to 1. So now they say now it went to 0. So one play, if you're trying to look, if it's a stop on 3rd and 2, that's going to take it down to about 2:20 and another 40 seconds. So Arkadelphia would get the ball with about a minute and a half left if they're able to get a stop here on 3rd down.
Interesting call for Clinton. They need 3 yards for a first down. It's 3rd down and 3. You can run the ball, hope you can plow out 3 yards here, as they have done sometimes and other times not done, or you can throw the ball. If you throw it, though, you just might stop the clock. We'll see what they decide to do. One receiver wide to the right side, bottom of your screen. Everybody tight to the left side. They're overplaying that side, and they're going to run to that side, and he's hitting the backfield. That's no gain at all, maybe a loss of 1. They'll call it right at the line of scrimmage. So 4th down and 3.
These last 3 drives, this Arkadelphia defense has really, I don't know if they've gotten much at all, has Clinton, other than the penalty. What do we got? A 4th and quick here, try to draw Arkadelphia off sides and then maybe call a timeout.
Arkadelphia has no one deep to receive a kick, and they have no one circling back to punt the ball away.
He's going to let this play clock run down, most likely. Try another hard count and then call a timeout.
That has worked once tonight. I don't think they're going to get it this time. They do want to use up the clock, and they do. We're down to 0. Timeout called just before they got a penalty. And one would bet on a punt coming up. They used some time, though. 1:41 left for the Badgers. That is enough time for Arkadelphia.
It is. You know, Arkadelphia might put punt block on here.
Yes.
They have been able to get to them one time. Dufresne is the punter, so he's also able, if he feels some pressure, he has the ability to get away from that rusher that might be coming and get a first down. And if that's the situation, you know, Clinton could have something that looked like a positive for Arkadelphia end up a positive for them. But also, you don't expect, if this punt does get kicked, you do not expect the ball to be kicked to return man Cam Archer, who is going back deep.
Yeah, we expect this to go to the sideline and out of bounds at some point, even if it's a short kick. They don't want Archer touching the football on this play. Now they're going to line up with him in punt formation. Arkadelphia with some substitutions, going to have the punt return team on. Archer's looking for an opportunity. High snap, but he gets the kick away, just almost dropped or blocked. It's going to bounce. Archer's going to fall on it. That saves some yardage at the 36-yard line as Archer pounced on it before it bounced by him.
Saved yardage, and it saved time. It was dangerous. It was a risk. But Cam Archer's risk paid off that time, and it gives Arkadelphia 136 to go 65 yards.
They're going to spot the ball at the 35-yard line of Arkadelphia. As you said, they need 65 yards, 1st down and 10. The Badgers have 1 minute and 36 seconds to go.
This is also one of those situations where Arkadelphia gets the ball coming out of the halftime.
That's right.
So if you can put some points on the board and carry that and have a chance to extend it.
McCoy can throw the ball a long way, but the first pass is short. It is complete to Archer. He's knocked down at the 38-yard line. Clock will continue to run. 1:27 left.
Caleb McCarver on that tackle. Cam Archer has not been able to wiggle away from that first tackle attempt. Sure tacklers for the Yellow Jackets.
Arkadelphia in formation. They're going to send Whitaker in motion. They want to throw the ball. 3-man rush. A lot of people back. A deep, deep pass. The defender, though, is deeper than anyone else, and it's incomplete. 3rd down, 7 yards to go. That did stop the clock with 1:08 left. All right, Arkadelphia's got a little time to think about it now. The clock stopped at 1:08. Still a lot of time on the play clock. They're looking at the sideline, deciphering the play. Badgers have 2 receivers top of the screen, including Archer, bottom of the screen, including Roberts. They'll roll to the right, looking for a short pass. That's complete, and that's a 1st down up near the 50-yard line.
They rolled the pocket out to the right side to allow McCoy a little bit more time, get him to throw it on the run. Meekin with a nice route, planted that left foot and spun to the sideline for 1st down yardage past midfield.
The 49-yard line of Clinton. It is 1st down and 10 Arkadelphia, 1:02 left. In motion is Archer. Badgers want to throw the ball. Some room to run for McCoy. He will run. He will go down at the 46-yard line, though, caught from behind. Gained some yardage, but only 3 yards. 2nd down, 7 to go, down to 46 seconds left. Arkadelphia want to snap this quickly. They'll go under center, snap it, and clock it. So that stops the clock with 40 seconds left. Arkadelphia gave up a down to do that. It's 3rd down and 7 yards to go.
Clinton's corners are playing 8 to 10 yards off of the ball. Well, this one's playing 7 on the far side, 7 on the near side. So 7-yard cushion, not wanting to get beat deep.
Badgers need.
Now they creep up.
Badgers need 7 for a 1st down. Back to pass is McCoy under some pressure. Now he's got some time. Under pressure, he just throws it away. Incomplete, not going to take a chance. He throws it away. It's 4th down and 7 yards to go. So the Badgers have reach their last chance to keep the drive alive. They need 7 yards to do that. Still 32 seconds left before halftime. This game tied at 10-10. Badgers trying to untie it before halftime. Another 20 yards. They might try a field goal. But they got to make a first down first. 4th down. Here comes a pass. 3-man rush. The throw is incomplete. Tried to get it to the near sideline to Moss. Missed his target. And Clinton will have the ball back in good field position. 27 seconds left.
3-man rush. McCoy had time. He had a receiver on the sideline. Just threw it a little bit wide.
Interesting choice to rush only 3. So McCoy's had some time, but he has not had open receivers that he's been able to see. And they've done a good job of staying deep so the Badgers have not been able to get behind them.
It's kind of the rush 3, drop 8, and force the offense to complete a pass, make a play, and it's worked out for the Yellow Jackets so far.
Will the Yellow Jackets throw it deep? Let's see what they want to do. Hunt Gonzalez is behind his quarterback. The other running back, Jones, is a receiver. They go with a little misdirection play back to the left side, and they gain nothing. Will they even run another play? 17 seconds left. I guess if you wanted to, you could just fire it down the field and see what happens.
No, they're content to
9 seconds. No, they are going to walk off the field, aren't they? So we have reached halftime, folks. Halftime in Arkadelphia. Second round of the playoffs. 2 really fine teams. And they are locked up at 10 points apiece. Not as much scoring as I thought we'd see, Chris, but a really, really hard-fought play, especially by the defense. Both teams fighting back with fine defensive work.
The defensive adjustments Arkadelphia made after the one drive, or just execution, has really neutralized the Yellow Jacket offense. On the other side, Arkadelphia has not been able to take advantage of opportunities, not been able to connect with many deep ones or mid-range ones in the pass game. And the tackling for him is fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and go down to Dalton Reed.
We are here with Coach Shucker at halftime. Coach, defense really keeping the Badgers in this game.
Yeah, they are. They're doing a great job of getting them off the field. Biggest thing is we got to clean up penalties and quit giving them first downs, quit giving ourselves, putting ourselves in bad position. Offensively, we've got to make plays. We've got to establish the run. Our runs have got to hit, and then we've got to make plays at the wide receiver position.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I think you hear there, talking about, when you have plays that don't connect, you kind of assume that it's all one position, but it may not be. Let's go down to the Arkadelphia cheerleaders now before we go to the halftime show.
Take me through that, take me through that. Where we going, twin? Take me through that, take me through that. Where we going then? Take me through that, take me through that. Where we going? Take me through that, take me through that. Take her through that, bust her down just like the white. Just like the white. Slow Tuesday, they get up right at the spot. They gotta go. She the butt in them, they ain't even having a lot. She don't know what she doing. Just giving it out. What the hell, girl?
Sorry about that. We lost our camera feed, and so we won't be able to bring you the rest of the Arkadelphia High School Badger cheerleaders dance at halftime. The Southern Bancorp halftime show, Jeff, it's 10-10, and these defenses have really kind of controlled the game so far.
They really have. It looked like an impressive running attack on a early drive for Clinton as they were able to pile first down after first down, but both defenses have played well. And the Arkadelphia defense, after that early score, they've really played well. I mean, that was a long drive of 15 plays and 58 yards in which Clinton was able to come up with a field goal to take a 3-2 lead, and then they got a touchdown after an onside kick on a shorter drive of 43 yards. But after that, Arkadelphia has controlled Clinton. They fumbled on the next possession, 3 downs and a punt on their next possession, 3 downs and a punt on their next possession. So Clinton has had difficulty moving the ball in the second quarter. Arkadelphia was able to score and tie the game. They had a safety early on a blocked punt. They picked up a fumble and then scored on a short drive, got a 2-point conversion, so the game's 10-10. But primarily, it's been a story of the two defenses.
It really has, and I saw Coach Kaiser, the defensive coordinator for Arkadelphia, really being excited as he went off the field. this is a game where I think they knew that the defense was going to have to come up with stops. If you're Arkadelphia, the offense has not been clicking, as you can tell, just not clicking right now. And Coach Kaiser and I believe they knew that they were going, if that played out like it had the last few weeks, they were going to have to get some stops defensively.
We'll get stats in a few moments from Jim Rothwell, but I tell you, Chris, there have been a few drops, and then there have been just times when there was no open receiver and McCoy had to throw the ball away.
Right. They've rolled the pocket out to the right, to the left, and they've had some runs from Caden Whitaker as well, but just trying to get something going. A little bit of fun here. We're going to turn it over to the Arkadelphia Badger Foundation. I believe Paul Price has a microphone, so that's always going to be fun. Got a little kicking contest that we'll let you enjoy. After this, we'll talk about the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week, and then we'll have the Sexton Firm game summary and stat recap with Jim Rothwell. No band performance tonight, so you get to watch some adults try to kick a football and make sure we have doctors on hand.
We got Darren Boyette, Cale Humphrey, Michael Crowder, Raul Martinez, and Jackson Johnson. Here they come.
Raul Martinez is a former Badger kicker, so he might win this one. He could. There's your pro tip.
All right, guys,
scouting
come on.
report.
Now, this was random. We got a selection of guys here. We're sorry, ladies.
I'm sorry, Chris, that you're not able
Come
to
on out. What we're going to do is we'll start at the 5.
That would be a hamstring waiting to be pulled.
Man standing. We're going to let Darren stretch real fast.
Did they all get their stretches in? We don't need any hammies pulled out there tonight. The school district takes no responsibility for anything that happens on that football field tonight. And Robert, you all signed a waiver earlier.
They're all getting laced up, getting ready. Y'all can come on out here. Come on out here. We'll wait together. Okay, this is Cale here. Everybody say, hey, Cale. This is Raul. Everybody say, hey, Raul. This is Michael. And this is Jackson. All right. Anybody want to go first? Cale, you're up. Everybody get loud for Cale. We're going to move pretty quick once we start. Here we go. You're up.
Snappo kicks up. It is.
Oh, that's all right. Good job.
Should have downloaded some sound effects.
Your left foot? Okay, we'll switch it around. I got a feeling you kick it. Will, can you reset? All right, y'all get loud for Raul. Looking like a kicker, Matt. Oh! That idiot, get him.
Got to give some music to get these guys motivated. I know some of you guys have made fun of kickers in the past. Whopping 15-yarder. Snap-ho kicks up. It is!
Just outside.
Ba-dum-ba-dum. One make, and you can win. How about that?
Come on, 8th grader Jackson Johnson. Let him know.
A kick to win. And we thought we were going to have to move it back.
We might move it up in a minute, Matt. Yeah, mercy.
We go on the time limit, guys. Reminder, the team is coming back out in about 10 minutes. So.
Don't get loud for Michael. Oh! We're going to start all over. Here we go again. Same order.
Well, we might not be able to stay with the whole kicking contest. I don't know if it's going to be sudden death or not, but this is the Southern Bancorp Badger halftime show. Let's go ahead and bring on Jim Rothwell and have Jim put the headsets on. And you can watch. You need to keep it where it's at. I don't know if anybody will be able to make it. Jim Rothwell, we're going to turn Matt and Paul down, and you can, at home, you can watch the kicking contest in the background. Jim Rothwell, our Sexton Firms game summary and stat recap. Jim, defenses have control. Give us what you had in the first half.
Yeah, we were talking about the defenses. For Clinton, 32 rushes for 71 yards, just a little over 2 yards a carry. I mean, this is a team that depends on the run, and to hold them to 71 yards is phenomenal. They've had one pass completed out of 3 for 25 yards. So they've ran 35 plays and have less than 100 yards. So great defense by Arkadelphia. The issue with the Arkadelphia defense is some penalties.
Right.
That I think Arkadelphia's had 6 penalties. 4 of them have given Clinton first downs.
Coach Shucker mentioned that. I don't think you could hear it. You didn't have the headset on, but Coach Shucker talked to Dalton Reed about that, about eliminating the penalties.
Yeah, you just can't give a team like that to let them stay on the field with those penalties for first down. Arkadelphia's offense, rushing 12 carries for 52 yards, a little over 4 yards a carry. That's not bad. Whitaker has been the main ball carrier, 8 carries for 38. McCoy is 7 out of 16 for just 53 yards. Archer's had 5 catches for 30. And Meekin had 2 for 33. So we're not getting that diversity in the receiver. It's spreading it around as we've had. He's not had a lot of time to throw. Again, trying to throw some deep stuff, but maybe it's time to sort of throw some short stuff and let those fast receivers take advantage of it.
What we've seen early all season is Cam Archer be able to catch some of those passes in the flat and get away.
Right.
Clinton is a sure tackling team, and they have taken that away from Archer and that part of the offense.
That's true. The ones that he's caught like that on the side, they've been on him very quick, so he hasn't had a chance to make that move and turn it into a big play. Again, the penalties, turnover has been limited. Again, the special teams for Arkadelphia has come through again with the safety and a block punt, and almost had another block punt.
Right.
Came very close on that one.
Very close. That could have turned that last possession.
It really
could have flipped it over.
Yeah. So Arkadelphia does get the ball to start the half. They need to go down and take advantage of it to get a lead and put the pressure on Clinton to have to come back. This is what Clinton wants to do. They want to stay close, be able to grind the ball out, get into that second half, and run the ball, and then finish it out. Arkadelphia needs that lead to force them to do things that they don't want to do.
All right, Jim Rothwell, thanks for that Sexton Firm game summary and stat recap. We are in the Southern Bancorp halftime show. We'll hear from our sponsors. When we come back, we will have the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week as selected by the Arkadelphia High School administration. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football, tied 10-10, second round of the playoffs. It is a fun one. It's been fun, and we're getting ready for a tremendous second half. We'll be back after this timeout.
Scott Bird DDS is a true general dentistry practice with a comfortable, laid-back atmosphere. Led by Dr. Scott Bird, they've been serving the people of Arkadelphia for over 20 years. It's a simple philosophy. Treat every patient the way they would want to be treated, with clear communication and honesty. Their comprehensive care ensures that all your dental needs are met under one roof, providing convenience and quality you can count on. Scott Bird DDS General Dentistry at 7th and Caddo, 870-246-6745.
Proud to sponsor the Smash Mouth hit of the game each Friday night.
Hi, my name is Craig Sills, pastor of Park Hill Baptist Church.
You know, there's so many great churches in Arkadelphia, but if you're looking for a church family, we would love to have you join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30. For students, we welcome you to our Wednesday night Connect Nights, a night full of food, fellowship, and Bible study. And also, for our middle school and high school students, don't forget to join us for post-game pancakes after every home Badger game this fall. To find out times and locations, look for this graphic on the Park Hill Baptist Church Facebook page, or you can learn more online at parkhillbaptist.com.
Roger Wingfield State Farm is a family-run business dedicated to serving your insurance and financial planning needs. They provide personal and commercial lines of insurance, including auto and home coverage. In addition, they now offer financial planning services to assist with retirement planning. Their office is staffed with 6 licensed agents ready to help you navigate your insurance options and retirement goals. Whether you need assistance with retirement planning or insurance, please let us earn your business.
Twin Rivers Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center, quality care close to home. Our approach to elder care goes beyond traditional long-term care and short-term rehab to give you or your loved one the quality you deserve. At Twin Rivers, our caregivers are more than just expert medical professionals who deliver skilled healthcare at every touch point. They are the backbone of our care community, leading with their hearts and healing with their hands. Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, 870-246-6337.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street or visit their website at printmaniatees.com. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business, Print Mania has been serving the area since 1992. Call Print Mania today at 870-246-3803.
Welcome back to the Southern Bancorp halftime show. 10-10 in the second round of the 4A state playoffs. Badgers and Yellow Jackets all squared. Let's take a look at the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week as selected by the Arkadelphia High School administration. Thanks to Southern Bancorp for recognizing a student each week. Timothy LeVar is our Student of the Week as selected by the AHS administration. Timothy is the percussion section leader for the 2-time state championship Badger Pride Marching Band and current state championship in concert band. Timothy is a 4-year member of the soccer team. He also qualified for state in tennis the last 2 years. Timothy LeVar is an AP scholar with honors. He's a 3-year Badger scholar. He's a member of the Cyber Patriot team. Also on the Quiz Bowl, 4 years, state champs in 2023. And a member of the swim and dive team, finished 3rd in the state in diving. Timothy LeVar is described by the Arkadelphia High School administration as an all-around, quote, do the right thing kind of guy. Congratulations to Timothy LeVar, this week's Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. Each week, the Arkadelphia High School administration selects a student that they would like to recognize as the Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. And congratulations this week to Timothy LeVar. In the Southern Bancorp halftime show, going to bring Dalton Reed in. We're going to take a look at a few scores from around the state. We talked about Dalton in the pregame show. Some big games in Class 4A, and a lot of those are around halftime right now. Kind of give us an idea of what we're looking at.
Yeah, so the big one right now is Southside is up on Elkins 14-10. So Southside Batesville going on the road, got a 4-point lead there at Elkins. And then Hamburg also on the road tonight at Dardanelle. Hamburg up 13-7 Dardanelle. Their only score was a Creed Vega 63-yard touchdown run. Gravett up on Monticello. And then Prairie Grove, as they welcome Pocahontas, they are up 27-6 over the Redskins at half.
Have we seen a Bauxite Mills score? I haven't been able to look. Have you been able to see
the
one?
last update I have was 5:31 in the second quarter. Bauxite up 14-13 over the Comets of Mills.
Boy, you look at those, every one of those are close games, and what I noticed more so is every one of those is low scoring.
Yes.
These are some offenses that have put up some points throughout the year. Now we get to the second round of the playoffs with only 16 teams left. And defenses are doing what they're designed to do.
Well, yeah, and I looked at that Hamburg Dardanelle score, and I'm like, man, and I checked the live stream at 13-7 at half. And you look at Hamburg, they gave up so much against Warren. They gave up so much against Stuttgart. And then they come into an offense that Creed Vega is the center of at Dardanelle, and they're able to get stops. They're able to get their offense on the field. Got a small lead there up in the River Valley. That's the big game of the week, the big one that I'm looking at watching the second half.
Thanks, Dalton Reed, for that. We'll kind of bring you some updates probably after the game because we've got our hands full keeping up with this one right now. This is the Southern Bancorp halftime show. We would like to thank all of our sponsors. These sponsors have helped make these broadcasts what they are. I'd like to go through that list right now. Southern Bancorp, Welch Funeral Home, Drs. Gary and Rob Rucker, Roger Wingfield State Farm, Taylor King Law, Turner Rogers Manning and Plyler CPA, Southwest Auto Collection, South Central Connect, Batson Signs, Eccles Thompson and Ebone CPA, Patterson Federal Credit Union, Ludwig's Bakery, Chicken Express, Bell Wealth Services, Sexton Firm, Providence Veterinary Care, and then also Arkadelphia Regional Economic Development Alliance and Area Chamber of Commerce, Shelter Insurance Chad Kesterson, Scott Bird DDS, the Acorn Project, Park Hill Baptist Church, Twin Rivers Health and Rehabilitation, Print Mania, Arkadelphia Tire and ATO Automotive, James Rollins on Pine Street, Knight Insurance Professionals, Tea Time Sims, LJ Auto, and Trinity Temple Assembly of God, Domino's Pizza, Citizens Bank, and Blakely Town. Thanks to all those sponsors for their support of Arkadelphia Badger football. We'll hear from a couple of those, and we'll come back. Jeff Reed will be back with us, and it is time for the third quarter. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football.
Hi, this is Pastor Rick Mays, and I want to invite you to Trinity Temple Assembly of God in Arkadelphia. We're a church that is alive and full of energy, with exciting kids and youth programs your family will love. And we've just moved to a 2-service format. Join us Sunday at 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock for powerful worship and a life-changing message. There's a place for you at Trinity Temple where faith is growing, families are thriving, and God is moving. Don't miss it. Join us this Sunday.
Buy, sell, or trade your vehicle with L&J Auto and Transport at 1904 Pine Street in Arkadelphia. L&J Auto and Transport prides itself in quality vehicles with affordable prices and honesty. Looking for a good used car? Let L&J Auto and Transport help you with financing to make it possible no matter your credit history. Visit L&J Auto and Transport on Pine Street in Arkadelphia or call 870-293-9167 and let them help you find what you can drive home tomorrow.
We are ready for
There, now we're ready. Sorry about that, Jeff.
I like this microphone thing. It works well. I'm going to miss it in the off season. I might have to buy one just to use at home around the house. You think Deborah would be okay with that?
Sure, why not? Hopefully that's not for a few more weeks.
That was the right neutral party answer
Yeah.
for you to give.
Jeff, one thing before you go, I'm noting, it is a hot, humid night out in southwest Arkansas. It is all over the state. But I'm looking around that field, and it looks like a little bit of dew. I don't know if you're seeing the same thing. It looks, especially down on the to the right of the screen when the play is down on the right end of the field. So I don't know if I've ever noticed that because I don't know if it's been this humid at this time of the year, but that's just something I looked out and just noticed right at halftime.
You look to that far side. Our camera will see that a little bit later on. I think it was like London fog or something on that side of the field. We're getting more of that than one might expect. It's warmer than one would expect after the front came through. It's pretty hot in our press box. It's nice outside and a very large crowd here. We're glad to see that for Arkadelphia. Good crowd from Clinton made the trip too.
Absolutely. Good crowd from Clinton, and they are loud. Loud, supportive crowd. They, this Clinton group, talking to their broadcast crew and everybody, they knew that they had a good team. This is the best crew that they've had in Clinton for a long time. And they knew that they had a chance to come down here and with a good effort make it a game, and that is exactly what you have so far.
So Clinton had to punt the ball away, and that punt was blocked on their first possession. Arkadelphia took a 2-0 lead. Then Arkadelphia had a bit of a drive, got to the 39-yard line of Clinton, had a couple of deep passes that looked like they might become touchdowns, but they did not, as one was just slightly overthrown and the other one was caught, but a foot came down out of bounds in the end zone. Then Clinton had a nice 15-play, 58-yard drive. It resulted in a field goal, though. They got a very fine kicker. He made it from 36 yards. It was 3-2. 3-2 at that point. Arkadelphia bounced back after that, took advantage of a fumble, actually, after Clinton had extended its lead on the next possession to 10-2 on an 8-play drive that covered 57 yards. After that, Arkadelphia bounced back, had a nice drive, missed a 42-yard field goal, but then Clinton fumbled, and Arkadelphia's only touchdown came on a 36-yard drive after recovering a fumble. They got a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and it was 10-10. It's still 10-10 as we begin the third quarter. Arkadelphia does have the ball first. We always talk about the importance of a third quarter, the first few minutes of a third quarter, maybe never more important than a 10-10 playoff game.
Absolutely. Now you look, the kicker, Infante, has the ball laying on the ground like a watermelon. Arkadelphia has 9 players ready for this interesting kick. You know, you try to get a spin and a funny bounce, weird things can happen.
They've not had a conventional kickoff yet, and they have recovered one onside kick. So we'll see if this is going to bounce fast or slow. And it's fast. It is going to roll down the carpet and be returnable from the 23-yard line up to the 25. Hit there, though, and no gain from that point for Roberts as they hit him just about the time the ball got there. They waited for the ball to get down to Roberts, but the defenders got there in just about the same amount of time.
Well, and it started spinning like a top, and then it started rolling away from Roberts. So nice strategy, nice execution that time by Derek Infante on that kick. Now, here you go, Jeff. 75 yards. It's a Badger offense that did not get going in the first half. They have a chance to here.
Arkadelphia lines up on first down from its 25. Here is a running play right up the middle on first down. A little bit of a spin move is going to gain 2, maybe 3 yards on the carry by Whitaker. He was hit immediately, but was able to spin around and make some yardage. They're going to give him 3 to the 28. 2nd and 7. Badgers line up. They want to throw. McCoy to the flat. There is a block, but he cannot get around 2 more defenders, and they're going to stop him. Wrapping him up and pushing him backwards is Sam Standridge. The seniors had a good game. There's going to be a loss back to the 20, we're going to call it the 27-yard line, so it's 3rd down and 8 yards to go. Badgers still looking to establish the offense. They need a 3rd down move here, or the opportunity to receive the kickoff to begin the third quarter will be moot. Don't want to punt the ball here. On 3rd down, they want to throw it. Looking for a pass play. Lots of protection. A deep pass. They're looking for Archer. Archer cannot quite get there. Could not quite make the adjustment to the ball just off of his fingertips at the 30-yard line of Clinton. 4th down, 8 yards to go.
Just about 6 inches too deep. You know, Archer was going up the numbers. He had to turn to his outside shoulder on that. It was a nice pass from McCoy. Just couldn't quite connect. Here's a key. Casey Pye's the deep snapper. So you're going to get a good snap to Bryce Meek, and Arkadelphia needs a big punt from Meek and a good cover team.
Very good snapper, and it's a perfect snap. The punt is away, and it's a very good punt. It is returnable, though, from the 30-yard line. I take it back. He did call for a fair catch at the 30-yard line. Still a good punt, but Clinton has its first possession of the second half, beginning at its own 30-yard line. Yellow Jackets had a little bit of time to rest. They really took a lot of hits there, especially in the second quarter, but they got a little rest at halftime. We'll see how much they're going to hammer that running back core and the offensive line at the Badger defense here in the third quarter.
Yeah, this is going to be a game of adjustments. Arkadelphia adjusted in the middle of that first half. See if Clinton makes any adjustments offensively to kind of change. You got the one-back set with Ryland Jones.
Shotgun formation. They want to throw the ball. They will get it out to the flat, and a loss of 1 as he slipped down.
I think they called it incomplete.
Oh, did they?
Yep.
On the far side, it's incomplete then. Arkadelphia got back in the backfield, and that interrupted the pass. But they did go with the shotgun formation to begin the second half. Interesting, Chris.
Yeah, shotgun one back. They tried to get Jones out on the short side of the field. Thought they might try to get that to the wide side. Now Jones is lined up to the right side of Dufresne, which is the wide side.
They want to roll to the right and throw it. They're going to throw a short pass. That's a nice completion to the 40. He will step out of bounds as he crosses the 41 to the 42-yard line. Just a beautiful rollout pass and a good catch.
It's a nice route by Colton Warren. He ran to the sticks to about 10 or 12 yards down the line. Got the defender, Kelton Wilson, backpedaling, and then he just planted that inside foot. It was a nice throw by Dufresne to get the first down.
At the 42-yard line, on first down, still in the shotgun. They want to run out of it this time, and it's going to be a gain. They're going to fight for extra yardage, and the gain will be up to the 44-yard line, make it the 46 by the time they say he went down. So that's a nice gain on first down of 4.
Xavier Williams he's lined up on the left defensive end. That play went to the far side, and you saw X-Man trying to chase him down from the back.
Arkadelphia ran 3 plays and punted to begin the second half. Clinton got a first down on 2nd and 10. Now they have 2nd and 6 at its own 46-yard line. They're going to run right up the middle. Fullback's going to get some yardage, but not very much. 3rd down and medium coming up.
You know, Arkadelphia's defense, the front 7, Hunt Gonzalez got several yards on that trap play on the first couple of possessions, but since then Arkadelphia has done a nice job of clogging that up and forcing Clinton to go basically to the outside.
Yeah, they are looking for that to pop for big yardage, and it looked like it might in the first quarter, but you're right. It's gotten nothing since then.
No.
3rd down, they need 4 more yards. Ball at the 43-yard line. They're going to shift the offense, and now the defense will shift to the top of your screen. Running formation, the quarterback will keep it. He'll find a hole, fighting for more yardage. He's close to a first down, and they're going to wait a while before they blow the whistle. Now they're going to blow it dead with the ball close to the 48-yard line.
I believe that's going to be a first down.
And that should be enough. Let's see. They're going to mark it at the 48. And they have not moved the change yet. I think, Clinton wants a first down, but they haven't decided.
They're going to stop the clock.
Yeah, they're going to measure. You're right. They are going to measure it.
You know, the sticks on the far side are just on the I guess the inside of the 48, closer to the inside of the 48 towards the 47. I don't know if the nose of that ball is crossing the 48 or just inside. This is going to be very close, a couple of inches either way.
If they don't get it, they might go for it on 4th down.
Right at it.
And it is very close. What will they decide? It is not a first down. They need a couple more inches. I mean, that's about as close as you can get.
That is. That reminds me of the old Gene Steratore bringing the index card out of his back pocket to measure in an NFL game several years ago.
Ball at the 48-yard line. They need less than a yard. And, I mean,
now's where the defensive line is hearing watch the Rydell, because you do not want to jump and give them a free 5 yards.
All right. Quarterback giving orders. He's going to line up under center, and this might be a quarterback sneak. Now they're going to give it to he's going to fall forward and make it, I believe. That was the really fine running back. He's got great size. Hunt Gonzalez with the first down. Picked up 2.
The law of averages says that Clinton was going to get that first down. Arkadelphia has done a nice job of stopping some 4th down plays, but just 1 inch is awfully hard to stop especially when you go quick with that handoff and hand the ball off 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage instead of 6 out of the shotgun.
Jones lines up as the wide receiver to the right side. They want to throw it under pressure. They're going to hit the quarterback as he throws it, and it is incomplete, but flags go down, and I think this is going to be defensive pass interference as the receiver went for the ball, and the defender was right with him but had not turned around yet. And they had pressure on the quarterback. The target, the ball was not quite on target, but the contact took place. I believe they'll call it against the Badgers. 2 flags went down from different directions. And that is the mark-off. It's a major penalty against Arkadelphia, so Clinton now with a first down and 10 at the Arkadelphia 31-yard line. Good coverage until the ball got there, Chris.
It was, and both officials immediately reached for their flags, and when 2 of them throw it that quickly, it's hard to protest.
Tight formation. They shift everybody to the left side once again, short side of the field. Jones on the carry, looking for space. He cuts it up, but he runs into Badgers. That has happened all night. Those running backs are accustomed to finding a hole right there, and against the Badgers, they have not been finding one.
Yeah, Jones stuck his left foot in the ground and tried to cut right upfield as soon as he got outside that edge of the tackle, but the Badgers just clogged it up. You're right. I think they're used to it, to being able to get some positive yardage on that. They have tonight, obviously. They've got plenty of yards rushing, but they've also been stopped for no gain a few times.
And that was no gain. Second down, 10 yards to go at the Arkadelphia 31. Quarterback keeps it this time, and he's got some yardage, but they're going to pull him down. Once contact happened, he went down inside the 30. Let's see exactly where we're going to put the ball down. I think they're going to say it's on the 27-yard line. Looked like he might get even more than that. He did pick up 4. It's third down and 6.
They've had some success getting 3 to 4 yards on Dufresne keeping the ball.
Dufresne wants to throw it. He'll throw it down the sideline, look for a big play. They fight for the ball. Incomplete, but a flag goes down. Goodness gracious. And that time they were fighting for the football, but I don't think they believe the defender turned around sufficiently, and there was contact. The defender, though, I think got a hand on the ball, but contact was seen by the deep official, and so that's again going to go against the Badgers. And they will mark it off. That's going to take it all the way down to the 13-yard line. First down and 10. That was a tougher one than the first call. Arkadelphia wants to stop the run here. Good run on first down, though, inside the 10, nearing the 8-yard line. They'll call it either the 8 or 9. Let's see. I think they're going to give him the 8. Picked up 5, second and 5. Well, it's 10-10, but Arkadelphia's in danger here. Here's a run to the left side. This time it is stacked up. He's only going to get maybe a yard, if anything. Third down coming.
Trying to see where they ran in for that one. It may be no gain. Yeah, you're right. It's no gain if
ball's still at the 8-yard line. Yeah, third down. They can make a first down at the 3. Big play here. 2 downs to score unless they want to kick a field goal again. Arkadelphia needs a stop.
They're going to call a timeout.
And they're going to look to the sideline, and they're going to say, let's talk about it. They don't want to waste this third down. Well, when we come back, it will be third down, 5 yards to go at the 8-yard line of Arkadelphia. Clinton trying to take the lead here halfway through the third quarter. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
How do you measure success? In points? In wins? Or trophies? At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in how we support our communities, in being there when you need us most. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
In Arkadelphia, contact Shelter Agent Chad Kesterson.
Almost halfway through the third quarter. It's still 10-10, Clinton and Arkadelphia, but the Yellow Jackets are trying to put more points on the board now. Third down, 5 yards to go at the Arkadelphia 8-yard line. Clinton lines up under center in the slot back formation, run up the middle. There's a yardage inside the 5. That's very close to a first down.
Yeah, the side judge on the Arkadelphia sideline stopped the clock to signal that it's at least close enough for a measurement.
And they're going to put that ball down. That's close, but now they pick it up and move it. It's at the 4, so it's short. Fourth down and 1. They can take the lead easily with a field goal. They've got a fine kicker, but they want to go for it. Ball at the Arkadelphia 4-yard line. Fourth down, 1. 2 big backs in the game. They're going to give it. Oh, a big hit. He did not get there. He did not get there. A big hit by Arkadelphia, and then he tried to stand up and keep going, and he slipped. So Hunt Gonzalez did not make it.
Yeah, it depends on the spot. The way that referee ran in, he's got his foot. Yep, good deal.
Yeah, it's going to be short. He didn't get past the 4. That's where they started. So first down Arkadelphia at its own 4-yard line. They passed up the 3 points, thinking this big running back's going to make another first down as he did earlier in the drive, but Arkadelphia stopped him.
I don't disagree with that call. I mean, you're on the road. You've got to try to make something happen, and odds are you're going to get that first down. And Arkadelphia's defense just kept that from happening. Now the offense is in a precarious position inside the 5, and you got to get something going. You got to block and let Caden Whitaker get a hole.
Whitaker is in the backfield. They want to pass, though, from his own end zone. Pass to the flat. There's a nice play. It's across the 10, across the 15 to the 20, running up to the 25-yard line with a big play is Orion Roberts.
Boy, the Badgers needed that. We hadn't had much from Roberts, and you did a nice job of finding him. He took a big hit, so I'm glad to see Orion get up with that one.
He's missed some playing time last couple of games because of injuries, but he's back tonight. Running play up the middle, tough running. And there's a gain up to the 30-yard line. Arkadelphia showing some renewed enthusiasm on the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark it at the 31 for a gain of 6. Second down, 4 yards to go. Badgers line up. They're going to run to the wide side, bottom of the field. Nice run to the 40, to the 50. This is again Roberts to the 41-yard line of Clinton. That's some vintage Roberts right there.
The line did a tremendous job of getting outside. It was close to being a hold, but they still were able to get outside and keep that hip outside of the defensive line. Now I think you're going to see some of that fog that we were talking about as we go to the left, to the 40 and 30.
27-yard run, back to pass, to the sideline it goes. There's a run after the catch for Moss across the 40-yard line. The ball gets loose, and Clinton says that they have it. Do the officials agree? Yes, they do. That is a Clinton recovery of an Arkadelphia fumble right on the sideline. I thought it might roll out of bounds. It did not. So Arkadelphia had a big gain, nice drive going, but after a good run by Moss when he caught the ball, he was stripped as he was falling to the ground, and Clinton has the ball at its own 33-yard line. Well, my goodness. It goes one way, and then it goes the other.
Boy, it just ebbs and flows.
Still 10-10. 4:53 left, third quarter. Low-scoring game here at Badger Stadium. The fog rolled in, the ball got away. They're going to load the right side of the formation, short side of the field. Now they're going to move, and now a flag goes down.
That's going to be an illegal shift. Yep. Procedure penalty.
And it's going to back them up by 5, and it'll be 1st and 15. Ball will come back to the 28-yard line. Just a little confusion on the initial lineup, and then a couple of guys shifted, and it was immediately flagged. Change in personnel for Clinton. Well, Arkadelphia scored after a fumble recovery, and now Clinton has an opportunity, but they got a long way to go. 1st and 15 at their own 28-yard line. They are out of the shotgun and into their traditional wing T formation. They want to fake a run, and now the quarterback will keep it. He's got a lot of space. That was a good fake. He's got a lot of space. To the 40, to the 50, to the 45. He goes out of bounds on his own at the 36-yard line of Arkadelphia. What a beautiful call. The misdirection finally worked against the Badgers.
Yeah, and that was the quarterback. It wasn't a running back being double handoffs, but it was Dufresne spinning out, rolling out on the naked bootleg. The backside of that Arkadelphia defense just took 2 steps too many inside, and that allowed the left side of the field to be wide open for Brody Dufresne.
Overloaded the right side, the short side of the field, and he peeled back around to the left side, had a lot of green space in front of him. From the 36 of Arkadelphia on 1st down, he wants to throw the ball. Looking deep, he will throw a deep pattern to an open receiver and miss him. Just got in a hurry there, a little bit of pressure, and he missed his target.
Well, and that's fortunate for Arkadelphia because the running back, Ryland Jones, was wide open. Someone missed an assignment. I think there was maybe a little miscommunication on both sides of the ball on that one. That one ended up being a break for the Badgers.
Yeah, Jones was wide open. Well, one good call resulted in a big gain. Another good call was an incompletion. That helps the Badgers at 2nd down and 10. Now they'll move the tight end and a H-back to the right side. They'll run the H-back back around to the left side, and he's going to get some yardage. That's a good run. Fighting for more yardage. He's going to have a 1st down. What a good run On the attempt for the first time tonight, I believe, is Mr. McCarver, who's a good defensive back and looked good running the ball that time. First down and 10. Ball at the Arkadelphia 25. A couple of misdirection plays have worked in this drive. 11-yard gain that time. Hunt Gonzalez is the big back in the backfield, although Jones is not small. They'll give it on that trap play up the middle, and this time he gains a little more yardage, and Hunt Gonzalez, with a little extra effort, goes inside the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he got about 4 yards on his own after contact on that one. That was a very strong run from Hunt Gonzalez. It turned what would have been a 3rd and long into a 3rd and 3. Or 4, is that 4, I guess? 3.5?
Yeah, and it's second down, ball at the 18-yard line.
Yeah, that's true. That's even better for Clinton.
You're predicting no gain, I tell you. And they are going to run the ball again. This time it is Jones, and he's got some yardage inside the 15-yard line. He's going to make a first down.
You just have the feeling that your defense rose up several times. It has risen up several times on drives. You're just asking your defense to do a whole lot, against this punishing offensive line in this running game, and now you're in a spot now where it's 1st and 10 from the 13, and so you're asking your defense to come up with yet another stop.
Picked up 12 in the last 2 runs, and they're going to run again. This is the trap play with the fullback. He's going to bounce off one tackler but go sideways and be knocked down at the 12-yard line, short gain. 2nd and 9. He might be just inside the 12, but 2nd down and 9. Can Arkadelphia bend but not break again? Last possession for Clinton. They made it all the way to the 8-yard line. Turned it over on downs. Now Arkadelphia wants to stop him. Run by the quarterback. He's going to be knocked down inside the 10, but not a big gain. 3rd down coming. To spot the ball at the 9. So from the 9-yard line, they still need 6 more yards for a first down. 9 for a touchdown. We're down to 2:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Time just evaporating. He wants to throw it. Going to the end zone. Well defended, and it is incomplete. He caught it on the bounce. I thought for a moment it was a touchdown, but he caught it on the bounce after it went over his head. So it's an incompletion. 4th down. They're going to kick a field goal, I believe. Well, that's a sure thing with this kicker, as much as it's going to be with a high school kicker. On 4th down and 6 from the Arkadelphia 9.
Not if he doesn't have a holder.
Yeah, he's going to need a holder. He doesn't have one yet. That's a good point. Drop kicking is kind of out of style. They're going to have to call the timeout. I do think they're going to kick it after this timeout. That was an accident that the holder didn't come out, I believe. Ball at the 9-yard line. And we will take a break. It is Arkadelphia 10, Clinton 10, 2:19 left. We are in the 3rd quarter tonight. We'll be back to see if this field goal is good. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Chicken Express is a proud supporter of not just the Badgers, but all things Arkadelphia, from elementary to college and from community activities to church groups. Chicken Express is always willing to support and assist the people in our town. The next time you visit Chicken Express, thank them for their involvement in our community, and definitely don't leave without getting a cup of their Chicken Eve sweet tea. Located right off exit 73, stop by Chicken Express for your next meal.
This is going to be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Braden Venable is the holder. He's the backup quarterback. But at this point, you kind of think 3 points, is a major victory. So I think they're going to kick it, but we'll see. Ball near the middle of the field. He's 1 for 1 on field goals so far tonight. His kick is up. Almost blocked. The Badgers ran into the kicker, so let's see what they're going to call and what they're going to do. The ball went through, so if they take the penalty, Chris, they're going to take points off the board. Waiting to see if this call is roughing or what the decision might be. The defender ran into him and he fell.
Into the kicker. It's a 5-yard penalty.
It is a 5-yard penalty, and they need more than that for a first down. I would think they would
They're going to bring him
take
back
the
out.
points, but I think they might go for it on 4th and short. It's not a first down.
No, the offense has come back out on the field. I think they're trying to find out what's it going to be? 4th and 1, 4th and 2.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 4th and 1.
The kicker again.
And they have not announced a decision yet. They might decide 4th and 1 is close enough, and they'll go for it. They would move the ball to the 4-yard line. But they got to make it to the 3 for a first. Still waiting for the call.
Kicker, declined.
They declined it. They took the points. Not too surprising. They take the lead at 13-10 over the Arkadelphia Badgers with 2:15 left in the third quarter. This is a whale of a football game, folks. I want you to stay tuned and come back when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
With over 25 years of experience in the financial services industry, Bell Wealth Services believes in a face-to-face business model. Blake is a third-generation AHS grad and a lifelong Badger supporter. Value can mean different things for different situations. Bell Wealth Services aims to add value in any financial situation. Contact Bell Wealth Services at 870-464-1167 or at 408 Court Street. Raymond James Financial Services Incorporated, FINRA SIPC.
For Clinton, 10 plays, 59 yards, but it results in a field goal. And so it is Clinton 13, Arkadelphia 10.
We mentioned before the break they're calling on the Arkadelphia defense to get another stop, and, you can hold them to 3. That's considered a moral victory, I would think. I mean, you hold that offense out of the end zone again when they had 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line. The offense has to get something going. You can't keep relying and asking your defense to come up with stops.
Kickoff this time is deep, and it is going to be very deep. It is caught at the 2. He'll go back to the end zone, and he can't run it out. So Arkadelphia will have to take it at the 20-yard line. I'll tell you what, that was an impressive kickoff. It was a yard from the end zone, and then in catching it, he carried it into the end zone, so he can't run it out. And that's not even straight ahead. I mean, that's at an angle on the far side of the field. That was a very impressive kick.
It really was. Derek Infante kicked that one. That was going to go in the end zone if Archer had not caught it. But it's a nice job by Archer of trying to get it, just couldn't stop his momentum.
Arkadelphia is 80 yards away, 2:14 left. We're in the third quarter tonight. Badgers line up in their familiar one-back formation, running play. To the right side it goes. There's some running room this time for Whitaker. He'll go across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Good first down play. 2nd and 4. And Chris, you were exactly right when you said the offense has to establish something. The Badgers don't look like a winning team right now, but they're only down by 3. Pass to the flat. Here's Roberts. He's got some space to the 30, to the 31-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down.
Welch Funeral Home first downs have been hard to come by for the Badgers. That was a nice job by Roberts of protecting that ball when the contact came. They tried to strip that ball when Roberts caught it, but he's gonna have to come off as well.
Spot was at the 32-yard line. Roberts, nursing an injury, has come back to play tonight. He's made a couple of good plays, but he's checked out. Here is a running play, and he's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, go down at the 35-yard line. Still a pickup of 3 yards, 2nd and 7.
Maddox Finley into the game for the Badgers at the left wideout position. He's back in action after having a finger injury, and he's got that that left hand clubbed up.
Arkadelphia, 2nd down, 4-man pressure, but he's got time to throw. He looks and finds an open receiver. Good catch by Meekin. Ball to the 45-yard line. He'll go down close to the 44 for a first down. They are in Clinton territory.
Boy, his momentum was carrying him to the hash, and he stopped, went back, and made that catch behind his body. That was a tremendous catch by Bryce Meekin.
21-yard pass play. Now they want to run the ball. Here's Whitaker hammering away, but only picking up yardage to the 42-yard line. Gain of 2, 2nd down, 8 yards to go. Arkadelphia moving the ball on this drive, but looking for points. They're down by 3, only 27 seconds left in the third quarter. And there's another handoff. Up the middle it goes. Yardage to the 39-yard line. Pickup of 3. It's 3rd down and 5.
Blake Moody coming in to get a spell. Caden Whitaker, nice strong run up the middle for Moody. Now it's ball security and executing blocks.
Moody is a strong running back, and he's in, but he's going to have to wait for the fourth quarter. We just ran out of time in the third. It is Clinton 13, Arkadelphia 10 at the end of 3 quarters tonight. We'll be back with fourth quarter action momentarily. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At the Sexton Law Firm, we have experience handling insurance dispute cases and we're well equipped to handle the tactics used by insurance companies to avoid honoring valid claims. The Sexton Law Firm is dedicated to helping individuals fight for the relief they deserve. We work hard to ensure your rights are protected and your case is handled with the respect and care you deserve. The next time you need help battling an insurance company, contact an attorney with the Sexton Firm. Drop by and see us at 107 North 26th Street or give us a call at 870-345-4123.
Back to the action, Chris. Arkadelphia's got a real opportunity here. If they score a touchdown, they're going to take the lead in this game, trailing by 3 right now. But it's 3rd down and 5 at the 39 of Clinton.
Yeah, I think the Badgers would just take a first down here, because just to not have to have another 4th down situation. You know, Arkadelphia would go for it, but just would like to be able to sustain a drive.
Moody is the running back in. Bryson McCoy at quarterback. 3 receivers toward the bottom of your screen, including Meekin, who made the very fine catch moments ago. They want to throw the ball. Pass is to the flat. That is caught. That is a first down at the 31-yard line. Again, it is Mr. Meekin.
Yep, Welch Funeral Home first down. McCoy found Meekin on the little slant route. He sat down in the middle of that area. Nice catch, sure-handed Bryce Meekin.
Ball at the 32-yard line. That was a gain of 7 on 3rd down and 5. Back to pass again. To the flat it goes. There's the catch, a short gain this time. But he got to the 28.
McCoy and Meekin are in a good rhythm together.
2nd down, 6 yards to go for the Badgers. Moving the ball down the field, trying to retake the lead. Here is a run up the middle, and Moody is hit immediately and dropped, but he got to the 26 for a pickup of a couple. 3rd down and 4 coming.
They're going to mark it back to the 27.
Oh, my.
So yeah,
I thought he got to the 26 for sure, but it's 3rd down and 5 yards to go from that spot. Pass play. To the right side, there's a good pass to Archer. He makes a man miss to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Arkadelphia! Archer with the touchdown after the nifty move. Good pass from McCoy.
McCoy hits Archer. Archer had to go up and reach for that one. I mean, for 5'6" Cam Archer. But then he had a little stutter step and was able to get around that the corner, the linebacker, and then the other was not going to catch Cam Archer. That's the sustained drive that the Badgers needed to have their first lead of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that right?
Since 2-0.
Since 2, yeah.
Here's the kick. It is up, and it is good. Arkadelphia nails the extra point with Seth Molinari, and with a 10:59 left in the football game, it is Arkadelphia 17 and Clinton 13. This is great playoff action. We'll be back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Located at 214 North 25th Street in Arkadelphia, Providence Veterinary Care is a full-service clinic offering complete medical care for your pets, including preventative care, routine surgery, and in-house diagnostics. Our staff at Providence Veterinary Care is filled with passionate animal lovers who are highly trained and dedicated to making sure that your pets receive care and compassion every time they walk in the door. Visit us or give us a call at 870-464-1305. Providence Veterinary Care. Compassionate care, modern medicine.
Clinton was forced to kick a field goal in the red zone. Arkadelphia gets a 27-yard touchdown pass, and the Badgers have the lead.
Well, you know, the defense is going to come right back out to the field, but it's with kind of with a renewed sense of energy, I would guess. You know, come out. You've been asked to come up with stop after stop after stop because your team needed it, and now you're at a point where if you're able to make a stop, you have a chance to extend the lead. It's a completely different mentality.
High kick, returnable from the 12-yard line. He'll come up the far sideline to the 20, hit and knock down. Another hard hit by the Badger defense.
Well, that was a tremendous cover down from the Badgers. That was Amari Ford, I believe. Yeah, I think that was Amari Ford. The numbers are hard to see with that red with the white outline, but Amari Ford did a great job of covering down. You know, they kicked it to where they wanted him to run it up. The Clinton's right side, Arkadelphia's left side. Nice cover down, nice tackle starting at the 21-22.
They do give him the 22 on the return. First down and 10, tight formation. They want to run the ball. Arkadelphia is going to do a good job on first down. If you got anything, it was just a yard.
Boy, you can just sense in the stadium, too, that touchdown kind of just seemed to kind of open the lid. You know, the fans that have been ready for the Badgers to try to get something going, they finally get that touchdown, and you can hear the Badger fans. Peyton Wesley up on the bench trying to get him up.
Yeah, the angst has become a cheering section now. Badgers with the lead. Pass play, under pressure. He throws an incomplete pass across the middle. No time to throw.
Boy, there was no time. There was a big quarterback hurry there from Skylar McClure. Here we're going to see this on the Night Insurance replay. Look how quickly that defensive line. Skylar McClure forces him inside, and then from the backside comes the other defensive lineman. Couldn't tell who that was. Let's see. That may have been Anthony Hill. Yeah, that was Anthony Hill coming from that backside after McClure forced him inside.
Third down, 10 yards to go. Shotgun formation this time. A draw play, a reverse handoff. There's some yardage. He's up to the 25. Good play to the 35, 40-yard line. They made it work. That was Harold McNabb finding the open field. A beautifully executed little double handoff.
That's the first time that we've seen that play work. It came at a big point for Clinton to get a big gain on 3rd and 10.
19-yard gain. Ball at the 41-yard line. Clinton trying to start a nice long drive. Arkadelphia had an 80-yard drive for a touchdown on its last possession. There is the fullback with a carry up the middle. He'll fall forward, make it to the 45-yard line. That is Hunt Gonzalez. They'll mark it at the 44, I see now. So that was only a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. I'm sorry. Yeah, the 44-yard line is where they spot the ball. Clinton's still trying to make it to midfield. 9:33 left. They're eating up some clock again with the running game. Arkadelphia leads it 17-13, the largest lead of the night for the Badgers. They led 2-0 early in the game. Ooh, a low snap, but he's got the ball. He'll go to the right side. He'll make some yardage, a big hit, and they're going to drive him down with a short gain. They might give him the 47-yard line, but no more than that. They'll mark it at the 47 for a pickup of 3. It's 3rd down and 4.
Golly, just another big 3rd down play. Under 9 minutes to go, playoff football, 3rd and 4. You've called on your defense so many times. Felt like Tony Romo there, just kind of saying nothing but just being excited.
Here's a run by the fullback. He's going to have second effort for nice yardage and a first down. Really good second effort. Clinton, you know, is not going to go down easily. They're only down by 4, and now they're across the 50-yard line. Hunt Gonzalez on the carry to the Arkadelphia 48-yard line. He got 5 yards on 3rd and 4.
Another yards after contact gain for Hunt Gonzalez to get that third down conversion. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, and now we have an official timeout.
And let's see what this might be about. I think they've got a player that's going to come out of the game.
I think Hunt Gonzalez has some blood on his elbow. But they're going to have to take him out, and coming into the game will be Braden Venable.
Hunt Gonzalez is in the middle of the action on offense and on defense. It is not hard to believe that he's got a little blood on his elbow. 1st and 10, ball at the 48-yard line. On the Arkadelphia side of the 50 now. They want to run. They go wide with a nice reverse play, but the quarterback is hit. That's a good job by the Arkadelphia defense.
Exactly the play that they had the big gainer on last time. This time Colton Plyler stayed home. Skylar McClure got there too and got a little revenge for the previous time when Dufresne had the big gainer.
Second down, 11 yards to go. They lost one on the play. Hunt Gonzalez back in the game at running back. Number 2 on the screen is Jones. He's had a big night, offense and defense as well. Now they'll move their blockers to the short side of the field, and they want to throw it to the wide side. He looks short. He throws it to Hunt Gonzalez, who drops the ball. Dropped the ball. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 11. Had it for a moment, but not long enough to call it a reception. Dropped the ball, bobbled it the entire time. So it's 3rd down and 11. 3rd down and 11. We're down to 7:26 left in the football game. Lots of time for both offenses, but the offenses have really come up against an obstacle playing defense really on both sides. It's been quite a contest. On 3rd down and 11. They want to throw it to the flat. There's a catch and some yardage. That's a good play. He's going to have a first down and more, making it all the way to the 31-yard line.
We got a flag at the 45. It's in an area where it could have been holding.
Let's see what that's going to be. Arkadelphia's got a player who is slow in getting up. And I do see Clinton beginning to move backwards, so let's see.
This would be a big one.
It's holding against Clinton. And it's not hard to imagine that. It's a pass among blockers and a receiver, and somebody held on as the receiver ran through the pattern. That was Sam Standridge on the catch. Major mistake by the Yellow Jackets.
On the offense, 10-yard penalty from spot of foul. Replay second down.
Spot of the foul was...
He said second down. It should be 3rd, I think.
Yes, it should be 3rd. That was 3rd and 11, and the box is showing 3rd down. I'd feel better if he corrected himself. It is 3rd down, and back it up by 10. It should be, well, it's from the spot of the foul. So they back it up 10 from the spot, puts it at the 45-yard line of Clinton, and they need 17. 3rd down and 17. They want to pass. He's looking deep. He's going to throw it to an open receiver and miss him. Oh, my goodness.
It was set up nicely. DeFriend just missed the throw. They had Jones coming out of the backfield. Standridge was lined up as a wide receiver on the left side, and he kind of went on a little slant route to draw the safety in. He did that, and that left Ryland Jones wide open on a wheel route, and DeFriend just missed him.
They're lining up to punt the ball, but keep in mind that DeFriend, the quarterback, is also the punter, so you cannot assume that he is going to punt the ball away. Arkadelphia is going to cover their receivers. They're going to line up with their defense, except for Archer, who does go deep to receive a kick. And he will punt the ball away. It's a line drive shot, allowed to bounce away from Archer. He's going to let it roll inside the 15, inside the 10, and it's going to be down, folks, at the 1-yard line. Beautiful punt. Downed it at the 1-yard line, so pressure's on the Arkadelphia offense, but Chris, Arkadelphia has the ball back and a 4-point lead.
Well, that was about as good a punt as you could have from DeFriend. They're not kicking it to Archer. They kicked low, and they were able to get the ball down at the 1-yard line. See if we can't get Dalton Reed in real quick. Try to bring Dalton Reed in with us as the Badgers go out for the play. Dalton, the momentum is with the Badgers right now, but it's a big play. After this play, we'll come to you. Let Jeff call this play, then we'll come down to you and get a feel for the sideline.
All right, Arkadelphia's got to stay away from a safety. They've got the shotgun formation. 5 yards deep is the quarterback. McCoy will take it. He will hand off and hit in the end zone. That's going to be a safety. That is going to be a safety as Hunt Gonzalez got to the running back. There's a bit of a slow handoff there. I felt like there was a little confusion as to whether or not the running back would take it or the quarterback would keep it. Arkadelphia got a safety to begin the game. Now Clinton comes up with one. That makes it 17-15, but Arkadelphia will have to kick the ball to Clinton.
Yeah, that was the big one. We'll go down to Dalton Reed on the sideline. And Dalton, the momentum was with the Badgers. But then we see the big punt by DeFriend to set the Badgers up inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, this has been a game of momentum, guys, all game. As you see the momentum back to Clinton after that safety right there. The Badgers going to have to do something defensively once again if they want to get back in this game. It's still a close game. Badgers still leading, but it's by slight.
Badgers lead it by 2. Danger, of course, is awfully good field goal kicker on the other side.
Absolutely. This game is going to come down, and as we have seen, this is a game of which defense I think will come up with the last stop of the game. Whichever defense can come up with a stop, the final stop. That some games are like which offense is going to score last. To me, this just seems like one that whichever defense comes up with a stop last, because the offenses have not been able to get on track.
They hit him a yard deep and drove him back, so no chance to get out of the end zone for Whitaker. And I did feel like there was a little bit of a timing issue on the handoff, and are you going to keep it or pull it out? And Whitaker was unable to get out of the end zone. Here's the kick by Molinari. He's a good kicker, and he'll send it deep to the 27-yard line. Returnable from there. He's to the 35, looking for space. He'll find space on the sideline, but he will be knocked out of bounds near the 50-yard line. Still, that's a good return and great field position for Clinton. We saw him make field goals from 45 before the game. So we're talking just about 25 yards away from field goal distance for Clinton. Still a lot of time left for both teams at 6:59, but dangerous to be up by only 2.
It is, and if Clinton's able to do what they want to do offensively, get 3 or 4 yards at a time, they could milk this clock down, even though there's 6:59 remaining.
Tight formation. They're going to go right back to their running backs, and there's a big hit. He'll fall forward and make yardage across the 45 to the 44. You can tell the pep in the step has returned for Clinton.
Dalton nailed it. It's been a game of momentum, and there have been some physical hits delivered by both of these teams. It's also going to be a battle of wills. Who can kind of suck it up and make plays as they both get tired.
Clinton looks to the sideline. They're going to go back to the swing T formation. Under center is the quarterback. 2 running backs behind him. He will hand off to the second one. This time Arkadelphia defends it much better, and they're going to drive him down at the line of scrimmage. I think forward progress might give him a little bit of a gain, though. And they're going to put the ball right back at the 43-yard line. So a gain of 1, 3rd down and 4. All right, 4-down territory. They need 4 yards. Arkadelphia trying to stiffen up one more time. A great punt, a safety, has changed the complexion of the fourth quarter, but Arkadelphia still leads it by 2. 3rd down and 4. Quarterback's going to keep it, looking for space. He's hit hard, driven back. Hamilton and other Badgers on the tackle. The flag goes down at the end of the play. The gain was to the 40, so he needs another yard for the first down, but let's see what the penalty will be. Goodness.
They're talking to this official. They're going to ask Coach Shucker. Oh, no, they called hands to the face.
Okay.
Hadn't announced it yet, but I think he did. Legal hands to the face. He'll announce here in a second.
Yeah, major penalty against Arkadelphia. Push the ball all the way down to the 25-yard line. They're already in field goal range. 1st and 10 from the 25.
15-yard penalty. Result is first down.
Personal foul.
He just said personal foul. Didn't say what it was.
He made a motion toward the Arkadelphia bench that looked like maybe you're saying hand to the face, but we're not sure because it wasn't announced. 1st down and 10, Arkadelphia 25-yard line. What a time for that infraction. To the right side it goes. Not much of a gain, maybe 2. They might give him 3 with a good spot. That was Jones on the carry. And they give him 3 to the 22-yard line, 2nd and 7. And they would love to run it into the end zone gradually and eat up some more time. 5:12 left. But Arkadelphia still got an opportunity to stop this drive and limit the damage of that safety. They've given up 2 points already. I hate to give up more.
Yeah, they took a lineman out, brought a tight end and a receiver in for this set.
1 wide receiver, everybody else lined up tight. They'll send a man in motion. And they do want to run to the right side. There's a gain. That's Jones. He's going to be up to the 17-yard line. That was a better gain that time. He picked up 5. It's 3rd down and only 2. Jones has been a strong running back here in the fourth quarter. And it was his partner in the backfield, Hunt Gonzalez, who teamed with another Yellow Jacket to make that safety. These guys play both ways. Third down, 2 yards to go. Ball at the Arkadelphia 17-yard line. Clinton riding some momentum right now. Arkadelphia trying to fight back. Running play. Running back almost dropped it, but he's going to make a first down.
Boy, he sure did on that handoff. He almost lost that ball. He was able to hold on to it. That was Ryland Jones and able to get the first down. So, Jeff, we talked about time earlier. Now you're coming up on 4 minutes to play. It's going to be about 3.5 when they snap this ball. 3:40.
They've got no reason to hurry. They're going to use some time. They know they're in field goal range. That would take the lead. They want a touchdown, obviously. Tight formation again, man in motion. They're going to run again to the right side. Cutting up the field, making some yardage on first down is Jones. They've run that play several times. He's been able to make 3, maybe 4 on each carry. He'll go to the 12-yard line for a gain this time of only 2. Second down, 8 yards to go. Well, it has been a tense evening all night long for both fan bases. Large crowds here for Clinton and obviously the home game for Arkadelphia. They have seen a heavyweight battle between these two teams. Number 2 seeds that easily could be number 1 seeds. Running play this time, the fullback up the middle. That's Hunt Gonzalez. They're trying to punch the ball out, but they are unable to do so. They're going to spot this ball right at the 10-yard line, so not much of a gain that time. Picked up 2.
Yeah, Arkadelphia called a timeout.
Third down, 6 yards to go. Ball at the 10-yard line, and we will take a break as well. Exactly 3 minutes left in the game. Arkadelphia 17, Clinton 15. More action when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
As teachers, we all know that if students' basic needs are not met, then they're not going to perform in the classroom.
Food bags help bridge the gap on weekends and holidays when school isn't in session, ensuring that they don't go hungry.
Ball at the 10-yard line, third down for Clinton. They need 2 yards for a first down. Arkadelphia trying to stop the Yellow Jackets from taking the lead here in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left. A lot of time for both teams to regroup, get ready for the next play. Clinton will have 2 receivers lining up this time to the left side and an I formation. Quarterback will hand it to his tailback, who will drive forward. I think he might have it. Let's just see. Well, I'm sorry, not a first down.
This announcement from the
They were at the 10, so it was, it was third down and 6 yards to go. I'm reading my notes incorrectly. So he got yardage, but not a first down. Fourth down is coming. Ball's at the 9-yard line. Not much of a gain after all.
Yep. Arkadelphia called another timeout to stop that. Stop the clock. So now if Clinton hits the field goal, and they ran right to the middle, so they set Infante up right in the middle of the field. If Clinton hits this field goal, Arkadelphia will have about 2:48 to go down, and they would have 1 timeout left. This is very familiar territory for both these teams. Clinton's only loss came at Dardanelle when a would-be game-winning field goal was blocked. You got to believe that Arkadelphia is going to have the block on, want to go block the field goal, but you also have to worry about not running into the kicker.
And that had happened earlier, but they declined that.
Oh, no, the kicker is, here he comes. He's over on the hash on the numbers.
They haven't set up yet. The quarterback is the holder. The holder had been the backup quarterback. Here, the starting quarterback is the holder, and it would be a 26-yard field goal. He made it from 36 earlier. Ball very near the exact middle of the field. Send the man in motion to block from the left side.
Call a timeout.
And they will call a timeout. Well, what does this mean? Perhaps were they setting up for a fake?
No, I think they're probably just watching to see what kind of
where the rush
defense,
will come from.
where the rush is going to come from.
Gotcha. They did change holders, though, to put the starting quarterback out there. 2:53 left. Let's keep it right here, Chris. Arkadelphia leading at 17-15, 2:53 left. Now, he made one from 10 yards farther out, so unless he shanks it, he's going to make this one also. He's a very talented kicker, or unless Arkadelphia can block it, so that could definitely happen as well. But if you find yourself down by one, Arkadelphia has enough time, but they got to drive the ball down the field against Clinton in order to win the game, if indeed this field goal is made.
Yeah,
what a combination, though, to be up by 4, give up a safety and a field goal. That would be a horrible way to lose a football game. Arkadelphia is going to try not to let that happen. Goodness gracious. 4th down. They need 5. 4th and 5. Infante is ready. His kick is up. His kick is beautiful. It is right down central. It is good. And it is Clinton 18, Arkadelphia 17. But Arkadelphia will have the ball back. 2:49 left in the contest. And when we come back, you're going to see a big, big finish. We'll see if Arkadelphia can pull it out. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Hi, my name is Craig Sills, pastor of Park Hill Baptist Church. You know, there's so many great churches in Arkadelphia, but if you're looking for a church family, we would love to have you join us on Sunday mornings at 10:30. For students, we welcome you to our Wednesday night Connect Nights, a night full of food, fellowship, and Bible study. And also, for our middle school and high school students, don't forget to join us for post-game pancakes after every home Badger game this fall. To find out times and locations, look for this graphic on the Park Hill Baptist Church Facebook page, or you can learn more online at parkhillbaptist.com.
The drive covered 40 yards in 10 plays. It ended at the Arkadelphia 9-yard line, but then the 26-yard field goal was good, and Clinton has the lead at 18-17. Arkadelphia is set to receive a kickoff. The Badgers would love an opportunity to return a kickoff for good field position. That would mean a lot. Let's see what they decide to do, as they're going to tee it up instead of putting the ball flat on the turf.
I would figure that they're going to try to get Infante to kick this one to the end zone again. He's taking a 10-yard run at it.
Pays to have a strong kicker, and both teams have a very good kicker. Here is the line drive, deep kickoff. It is returnable from the 4-yard line. Here is Archer to the 15. He's to the 20, full speed. He hits the 30-yard line, hits the 40-yard line, and is still going when he steps out of bounds. They're going to call him out at the 41-yard line. That's a good return, though, and Arkadelphia has some momentum back.
What a catch from Cam Archer. I mean, what an absolute catch. With the ball tailing away, it was tailing away from him. He caught it inside the 5 and then was able to get, about a 37-yard return to set Arkadelphia up in good field position.
Running through traffic at full speed, not afraid of anything. They push him out of bounds at the 41. And Arkadelphia lines up. Still time, 2:42 left. Badgers have 1 timeout left. Back to pass. McCoy, he wants to throw short. He hits Archer. Archer looks for space, but he'll be tackled by Hunt Gonzalez. Still, it's a gain of about 4 once they spot it. And they'll put the ball at the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 3, I should say.
Blake Moody is the running back for Arkadelphia.
Ball at the 44. Moody goes out to a pass. McCoy looks to his right side. He's got time to throw, looking for space, and now he's going to run and come out of bounds. Well, he ran out of bounds, and that does stop the clock, but he lost a yard or so in the process, and 3rd down and long is coming. Ball back at the 43-yard line. 3rd down, 8 yards to go for the Badgers. 3rd down, 8 yards to go. Whitaker back in at running back. He's out for a pass. They're going to throw, though, to the sideline. That ball is caught. What a catch. It was tipped by the defender and caught.
That was Maddox Finn. Oh, no. He just gave the first down, and they threw a – he gave the first down signal, and they're going to throw a personal foul.
Oh, he was celebrating. He was not looking at the defender. He was just simply celebrating the circus catch that he had just made. Gee whiz. Gee whiz.
They're going to call unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, that's awful. That is awful. I mean, he's not showing up the defense.
Conduct against the offense. After the play, it's going to be 1st and 10.
He is not showing up the defense. He's celebrating a circus catch. And it's going to cost him 15. It's after the play, so it's a 1st down. And it's going to push him back by 15 to the Arkadelphia 39-yard line. 1st and 10 at the 39. So it is 1st down. It is 10 yards to go, but they lost 15 yards on the call. 2:08 left. Still plenty of time. Tough call, though.
Yeah, when Coach Shucker asked what happened, the official signaled he got it because he did the 1st down signal.
Gee whiz. Back to pass. McCoy throws across the middle. That's a catch. That's Meekin. He's up to the 45-yard line. They got the yardage back.
Welch Funeral Home 1st down for the Badgers, and they get most of that back.
They did. Ball at the 46, we'll call it. So he got 14 of the 15 back. Back to pass. McCoy looking again. He's got time to throw. He'll fire the ball incomplete in and out of the hands of Archer, who was already running down the field, but he hadn't pulled the ball in yet.
Well, a positive is that it stops the clock. You get to breathe a little bit. Arkadelphia has 1 timeout left, 1:47 remaining. I think McCoy was looking for Meekin on the right side, but Meekin was ready to block.
He was open on the play. It's a 2-point lead. Keep in mind, a Molinari field goal would also win it for Arkadelphia. Here is a pass to the sideline. That's complete to the 35, to the 30. Really good run after the catch by Whitaker.
Boy, give it to Whitaker. He's hobbling a little bit. He had to come out earlier, and that was a tremendous, tremendous play.
Spot the ball at the 29-yard line. Nice pickup of 16 yards. The box says 2nd down. It is not. It is 1st down. Back to pass. McCoy across the middle, incomplete. Ball tipped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. That does stop the clock. Lets me breathe for a second. Exciting football here at Badger Stadium in Arkadelphia. The Arkadelphia Badgers trying to pull it out. Down by 2, 1:32 left in the game. Arkadelphia 2nd and 10 at the 29-yard line of Clinton. McCoy fires it to the sideline. A hit, an immediate hit, but a catch. He held onto the ball at the 24. Got 5 yards. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. McCoy on target here lately. On 3rd and 5, he'll roll to his right. He'll throw into the flat. There's a catch. Movement to the 15-yard line. That's Caden Richards on the catch.
It's a 1st down. I don't know if they signaled that he got out of bounds or they just stopped the clock because of the 1st down. No, the clock has started.
1st down and 10. Badgers look to the sideline, not in a big hurry. 1:02 left, clock running, ball to the 15-yard line. They're certainly in field goal position. They love a touchdown. Here's a running play. This is Whitaker. He's hit. They're going to hold him down, but he's still going to wiggle down to the 11-yard line, a pickup of 4.
Got an injured yellow jacket on the field.
It's going to stop the clock at 44 seconds. And he is slow in getting up. Let's see who it is. And we will, Chris, I think we'll take a break. This might take just a minute. 44 seconds left. Whew, it's Clinton, 18, Arkadelphia 17. Big drama when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Roger Wingfield State Farm is a family-run business dedicated to serving your insurance and financial planning needs. They provide personal and commercial lines of insurance, including auto and home coverage. In addition, they now offer financial planning services to assist with retirement planning. Their office is staffed with 6 licensed agents ready to help you navigate your insurance options and retirement goals. Whether you need assistance with retirement planning or insurance, please let us earn your business.
Back to the action. Arkadelphia lines up. Injured player is off the field for Clinton. Appears to be okay. Ball is at the 11-yard line. 2nd down for Arkadelphia. They're going to run it. Here is a good run to the 5-yard line. Touchdown, Arkadelphia! Big-time touchdown for the Badgers.
Malachi Hamilton came in with a big run. Malachi Hamilton, we talked about him being able to run the ball, really strong runner, a great runner. I thought we might see him more tonight, but there has been a lot asked of the linebackers, and so Hamilton comes in on the last drive to get a big carry.
Oh, he did a great job. Once he hit the hole, he sprinted, he found the end zone before they could find him. Arkadelphia on for the extra point attempt. Now they're going to come to the sideline and talk about it. Right now it is a 5-point lead.
Yep.
You could make it a 7-point lead if you go for 2.
Well, and that's what they're looking at. What does the card say? Up 5. If you make the extra point, you're only up 6, and then the extra point beats you. Here, if you don't get it, though, the touchdown, if Clinton scores a touchdown, if you don't get this 2-point conversion, if Clinton scores a touchdown, 6 points wins it. So big decision, but they're going to go with what the card says. It's a 2-point play. Coach Shucker talked about the amount of 2-point plays they have. He has a favorite. If we need a 2-point play, they're going for it. They know which plays they want. See which one they call right now.
It's a 59-yard drive for the touchdown, covering 59 yards after the really fine kickoff return by Archer, and it was Hamilton that got in the end zone. Arkadelphia, we think it will come out and go for 2. Only 39 seconds left, so not a world of time left for Clinton, but you never say never until it hits 0. What a comeback, though, by the Badgers.
The play clock has not started, and Arkadelphia is out of timeouts now.
The Badgers do line up and go for 2. They will go for 2. They're waiting for a quarterback to come out. And here he comes. Here he comes.
Now they're going to run the play clock. Play clock's at 17.
And they've got enough time. Now they're going to line up. McCoy looks over the defense, talking to his players. 7 seconds on the play clock. Still looking over the defense. They got to snap it. Here it comes. He's going to roll to his right. Looks to the end zone, fires it in, and it's knocked down incomplete. So they don't get the 2-point conversion. And it's 23-18. Well, the field goal's out of the question. They just got to keep Clinton out of the end zone.
Well, here we go. Whichever defense comes up with a stop last.
First thing you got to do is stop the kickoff return. Arkadelphia has been good at that all year long, but there's some good return men here for Clinton.
Absolutely. Colton Warren is a very good kick returner.
Standridge has done a nice job as well. Arkadelphia is talking about just what they want to do on this kickoff. Coach is talking to the kickoff coverage team. They know that this game is not over yet. They've got work left to do. 39 seconds left. Arkadelphia crowd on its feet right in front of us. A lot of the Clinton fans are on their feet as well, hoping for a miracle turnaround. They have only lost one game this year. It was on a field goal they were trying to make that was blocked.
Right.
And I am sure they are heartbroken that the Badgers have come back to score with 39 seconds left, but they also know that the game is not over because they have talented players on their return team and on their offense.
Well, you'd love Seth Molinari to kick this one to about the 3 or 4. Make them run the ball out if you have a good cover down to run some time off the clock, or you just have him kick it to the end zone.
He's going to line up about 5 yards from the ball. I think he's going to try to place this one. He does. Line drive kick. It is bouncing near the sideline. It will go out of bounds, unfortunately. So they've got 39 seconds, and they'll start at their own 35-yard line. But that does prevent the kick return. 1st and 10, Clinton. The Yellow Jackets at their own 35. They love to run the ball, but clearly they can pass, and they do set up in the one back part of the time offensively.
Absolutely, and if you remember, they've had some success going deep and drawing pass interference penalties as well. Arkadelphia does come back out with a couple of more corners. Jaden McKenzie in the game now, Kelton Wilson as well. So 2 corners out on the field for Arkadelphia, for the Badgers.
They have an opportunity to talk to their
they may make them re-kick
defenders.
it. Are they going to make them re-kick it or not? No, they're not.
Yeah, I think we do see the offense out on the field for Clinton, and now the defense out on the field for Arkadelphia. All right, Clinton, 39 seconds left. 1st down and 10, ball at the 35. Will Arkadelphia go with a three-man rush, or are they going to try to put pressure on this quarterback? They do have Hunt Gonzalez in the backfield, 3 receivers, bottom of the screen. He wants to throw, and he throws short, and he'll run out of bounds after a gain of about 6. So that only took 4 seconds, and they got 6 yards. Well-designed play, didn't get a lot of yardage, but didn't use much time either. 2nd and 4. It was a quick pattern, no chance to rush the passer on that.
No, especially when they rolled him out to the left.
All right, Hunt Gonzalez next to his quarterback, to the right of his quarterback. They do have Jones in the formation, top of your screen, as a receiver. Pressure on the quarterback. Now they almost hit him. He'll run to his right. He'll throw downfield, and he's got a receiver at the Arkadelphia 43-yard line. Tackled inbounds. They'll stop the clock at 27 seconds as they move the chains. That was a very good throw on the run.
Yep, Caleb McCarver did a nice job of, now we've got a weird, they're going to spike it. Yep. They had Hunt Gonzalez and Rylan Jones just froze where they were, about 5 yards behind the ball, and they were just getting set so they could spike that ball. And that was a nice job by McCarver of finding a hole behind the linebackers. Dufresne ran out to the left. It drew the linebackers up. He did a nice job of finding McCarver to get into Arkadelphia territory.
24 seconds left. Clinton is not finished yet. Field goal will not help. They've got to make a touchdown. But a touchdown will win it without the extra point. So Arkadelphia's got to keep them out of that end zone with 24 seconds left. Back to pass. He's going to throw deep. He fires it, and he fires it long and way out of bounds.
There's pressure there. Dufresne was hit after he threw the ball. That was Skylar McClure that put pressure on.
He had to throw it quickly
and
just missed his target altogether.
McClure kept the tackle on him. I was watching the white hat to see if he was going to throw a flag for roughing the passer, but he watched the whole thing and let it ride. Nice pressure by McClure to get back there.
It is 3rd down because they spiked the ball on 1st down. So 3rd down and 10 yards to go. He wants to throw. He's going to roll out again, looking to throw it deep. He'll throw it across the middle of the field. That's intercepted. Arkadelphia has the ball. Beautiful interception. The Badgers need to just get the play over with, and they do. What a wonderful play. Arkadelphia came up with the big interception from Colton Plyler.
Plyler comes up with the pick, and the smartest thing he did was run straight out of bounds, not risk getting tackled and fumbling the football.
Arkadelphia is going to win this wild playoff game. Badgers lead at 23-18, and they've just got to snap the ball and put a knee down. 8 seconds left. Well, they tried that play in the middle of the field that worked earlier in the game, Chris, but this time Arkadelphia had it covered, a cornerback there, and then Plyler came over from the middle of the field and intercepted it running the opposite direction.
Yeah, he just got that one up in the air just a little bit too much. He was throwing off of his back foot, just trying to make something happen. He was pressured. The ball was lofted in the air, and the defensive backfield for Arkadelphia did great.
Badgers are set. Victory formation. Here's the snap. He'll back up. He'll take a knee. We are down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Arkadelphia has won a wild playoff game, 23-18 against a game Clinton team.
And we knew that would be. I was talking to Jeff Hall, the play-by-play voice for the Clinton Yellow Jackets, and I think Coach Shucker tried to prepare the team that this was going to be a tough game. And they knew it. It was a big Clinton team, a physical Clinton team, and the defense was going to have to rise up to the occasion. They did so, and the offense did what it needed to do when it needed to do it to come up with a victory for the Badgers.
That's a great explanation, Chris, because one had to worry about the offense. They were unable to score many points tonight. They staggered after moving the ball in the middle of the field from time to time. But when they had to have a drive for a touchdown, they got exactly that.
They did, and it was a big couple of passes from McCoy to Meekin. You had Maddox Finley with a first down catch. There was a penalty, but he had a big catch there. Cam Archer caught one across the middle, and then Malachi Hamilton came in to run the ball into the end zone. Then the defense, when they had to come up with a stop, they put pressure on Dufresne. You know, they forced him to run out of the pocket a couple of times. Skylar McClure forced the third down play, and then you had the interception after Dufresne just had to get rid of it, threw up a jump ball, And Colton Plyler, one of the shortest men on the field other than Cam Archer, was the one who won the jump ball.
We'll have an interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker here in a moment, as the line at the middle of the field has been friendly. Both teams really a lot of respect for each other at this point, I have no doubt.
Absolutely. Clinton is, one thing I like too, their fans, after that interception, is the team, the offense was running back over to the huddle. Their fans gave them a nice standing ovation. This was one of the best Clinton teams that they knew they had. The senior class has had some success. They won the 9th grade conference championship. The seniors did. This junior class also won a 9th grade conference championship, so they knew there were big things coming from this team, and they gave Arkadelphia all it wanted and plus more.
Savion Williams, I just saw in my binoculars down there, really totally exhausted, but he and the defense hung in there.
Sorry, they're not alone. Clinton's going to be exhausted. I think the best thing for this Badger team is you win, you get to move on, and you get to try to get some rest over the weekend and next week. Obviously, you have no school. With the Thanksgiving break, you're going to be practicing over Thanksgiving again, I think, for 11 years in a row now, maybe 10. I can't exactly remember. But I think Coach Shucker said after we recorded our post-game or pregame show today, he said, I would like to get this win, however it happens, and then be able to get some rest and rest up and be ready to go next Friday night.
Chris, I tell you what, high school students are human beings after all, and they went into some games here later in the season. They knew they were going to win when they put their uniforms on and walked out on the field. And to play a team that is of really a matching level of ability and intensity and a big, strong team, and to be able to come out with a win, it's kind of a renewal for this team, I think.
I think so. There's going to be, I think some energy. They're going to have to take care of some of their bumps and bruises after this one as well.
Right.
And so they'll have, hopefully say, all right, take a breath. We got that one. Now we get to go on the road to either Southside or Elkins. I haven't been able to keep up with that one. I guess we were a little bit preoccupied.
And the schedule changes for them a bit during Thanksgiving week as well.
Right. They'll be, they'll have their practice. Obviously, it's been a tradition to invite alumni. If you're a Badger football alumni, just plan on coming to the field house Thursday morning around 8 o'clock for some donuts and to be able to talk to this group, talk to this team, encourage them, and kind of watch them as they do their final walkthrough before they head to the quarterfinal matchup. But, yes, you'll have a practice Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning. They'll get together. They'll usually have a Wednesday morning practice and a Thanksgiving lunch together that the moms put together, have a Thursday morning walkthrough, go enjoy Thanksgiving with families, and then Friday it's back to business.
Chris, I tell you what I'm seeing down the field right now as we see through the camera as well, I saw some celebration. I saw some people intently listening to their coach as they continue to do that. I'm also seeing some people hug.
Absolutely. Yeah, and up in the top right of the screen is the Clinton team in the circle. This is rough for the seniors. It was going to be rough for either senior. That's kind of what playoff is. Someone is playing their last ever high school football game, and this is a group of seniors that one of the largest groups of seniors they've had in the history of Clinton, and that's an emotional time. And on the other side, you have some relief and excitement, and it's kind of just a weird juxtaposition there.
Speaking of weird, Arkadelphia with a 4-point lead gave up 2 points on a safety and 3 points on a field goal and fell behind by 1, but still had the wherewithal to drive back down and score with 39 seconds left to win the game.
Yeah, this was a game of ebbs and flows, momentum, just emotional highs and lows, a roller coaster, and you just have to stay with it. This is another close game that the Badgers won. They've not had one of those in a long time.
Means a lot. We've got a post-game show coming your way, but we're ready to go down to the field. That is, I believe Dalton's giving us the signal. I think we're ready to go.
We are here with victorious head coach Trey Shucker, an absolute dogfight tonight here at Badger Stadium. What are your immediate thoughts after?
I'm just so proud of our kids for, finding a way to win the ball game. In these games, everybody's good, especially this year in the playoffs. Every bracket, every game tonight in 4A is a good game. Clinton is a really good football team. Coach DeFriend and staff do a great job with them. We knew that it was going to be a game like this, and our guys were prepared for it. I thought we were battle tested tonight, and that showed.
What can you say about your defense? They held all night and gave your offense a chance to finally get clicking in the second half.
Yeah, no, our defense has been strong all year. Our defense did a great job of the game plan, and then meeting and exceeding their physicality. They did a great job there. They've got some really heavy backs over there that run the ball hard, and our guys did a really good job of keeping them out of the end zone. Our offense found a way to get it done right there in the second half. We found a way to click and put enough points on the board.
So now you head to Elkins for a rematch of the state title last year in the quarterfinals.
Yep, we're excited about it. We know that they're going to be ready for us. They've probably been thinking about us all year based off of how it went last year in the state championship game. So we've got to be ready to go, but we're excited about the opportunity, and we're glad that we're still playing.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks. Go Badgers.
Thanks, and go Badgers it is. Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker interviewed down on the field by Dalton Reed. We appreciate the work that Dalton is doing, and of course, Coach Shucker has always been so gracious to us on the broadcast. We appreciate it very much, his availability at halftime after the game, and he had, I'm sure, some emotional things to say to his players before he talked to Dalton.
Absolutely, got some help from Remy there. Our camera is so excited, it's turned Badger blue, and so we're going to get that back here in a couple of minutes, but you heard Dalton break the news there. The Badgers will be headed to Elkins next Friday night up by Fayetteville, up in Elkins for a quarterfinal rematch of last year's state championship game. Elkins defeated Southside tonight 24-21. Close games all over the place.
Just
Absolutely
amazing, isn't it?
Close games all over the place. Southside was up 14-10. In the 6:06 in the third, and then they end up coming back. Elkins ends up coming back. So an absolute dogfight all around the state.
My first trip to Elkins, we made a few first trips here in the last year or two. My first trip to Elkins is going to be a lot of fun. They have, of course, a great fan base, and Arkadelphia got the win against Elkins in a one-sided game in the championship game. So Coach Shucker made reference to that. Elkins probably looking forward to this contest as well.
Absolutely. They are going to. Another, see if we can bring you another score real quick. It looks like Dardanelle hung on against Hamburg, or it looks like they might have gotten a 2-point conversion to win the game. So another close one. Let's scroll down here to the 4A games to see. Yep, Elkins defeated Southside 24-21. Gravette and Monticello was a close game. Last update we had was there. Gravette up 35-28. Pocahontas Prairie Grove, another one-possession game in the fourth quarter. Bauxite up on Mills by 5 in the fourth quarter. That's another one-possession game. Warren up by 18 over Gosnell, so that's a road win for the Warren Lumberjacks if they were able to hold on. And then don't have the final of Dardanelle Hamburg. We'll try to find it. But all close games tonight in 4A, and Coach Shucker and I talked about that earlier today. Dalton and I talked about it on the pregame show.
Yeah, this is not just the rich and the poor in the playoffs here. We're talking about several really fine teams in 4A, all of them with a chance to win a state championship. Arkadelphia with a chance to win its second in a row.
Whew, man. I think there's some exhaustion up in the booth too. That game was just ebbed and flowed, and momentum with one team and the other team, and a turnover and a safety and another turnover. I mean, it was just back and forth all game long.
So many third downs, so many fourth downs.
Yeah,
just momentum going in both directions.
You can have a close game and still be, it was a close game. But this was a close game with multiple big plays after big plays. You mentioned third downs, fourth downs.
I tell you what, I just can't get over the fact that Arkadelphia led by 4, gave up a safety, gave up a field goal. I'm thinking, what a horrible way to lose a football game. And then they drive down and get the winning touchdown with only 39 seconds. And not giving up were the Yellow Jackets as they crossed the 50-yard line before an interception finally ended the game. Tell you what, we're going to pause right here, and when we come back, we're going to have the Blend Luxury Real Estate postgame show, sponsored by Blend Luxury Real Estate out in San Diego. Our buddy Kerry Garnett out there. He was the champion quarterback in 1979 for the Badgers. Loves to keep up with Arkadelphia football. We'll also have the ATO Automotive postgame interview. Actually, we just had that with Dalton on the field talking with Coach Shucker. The Sexton Firm stat recap and game summary coming your way. Jim Rothwell involved in that. And Trinity Temple Assembly of God players of the game, Sexton Firm big play of the game, and the Scott Bird DDS Smash Mouth hit of the game, all coming your way. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football. Coming your way next is the Blend Luxury Real Estate postgame show.
At Knight Insurance Professionals, we offer local expertise, a professional experience, and the attention to detail that you deserve. Knight Insurance Professionals offers a comprehensive list of commercial and personal insurance products and can fit their products to your needs. Insurance can be complicated. Let us take care of it for you. It's the assurance you're looking for when it comes to protecting what's important to you. Knight Insurance Professionals at 10th and Caddo in Arkadelphia. 870-246-3700. Local, professional, personal.
Arkadelphia's newest entertainment option is open and ready for business. Tea Time Sims brings world-class indoor golf simulators to Arkadelphia, allowing you to practice, play, and perfect your swing in a comfortable setting. Check out our Facebook page to learn about our monthly tournaments, closest to the pin showdowns and long drive battles. Learn more and book your tee time at teatimegolfarkansas.com. Citizens Bank was founded on the statement, "Someday I'm going to start a bank that can help people." More than 70 years later, our mission has remained the same: people first. It's easy to profess this idea, but more difficult to live it out each day in each transaction for decades. Our progressive community banking model focuses on the delivery of exceptional customer service while employing advanced technology and products which allow its customers to have one bank to serve all their needs. Stop by our Arkadelphia branch on Pine Street and let Citizens Bank help you with your financial service needs. Citizens Bank, people first.
Blakelytown is Arkadelphia's gathering space, perfect for weddings, receptions, parties, reunions, showers, corporate outings, and more. Easily accessible for local and out-of-town visitors, Blakelytown features both indoor and outdoor options and is customizable to fit your vision and your needs. Blakelytown is locally owned and operated and proud to serve the Arkadelphia community. Dates fill quickly, so contact Blakelytown today to reserve your space for the event of your dreams.
Well, what an evening. Badgers defeat Clinton in an absolute barn burner of a football game. The Badgers. Ooh, hello. How about we not go to that one? That's good. We were just there. We'll come right back there. How about that? It's the first time we've ever done this. Welcome to the first game of the season. Wow, what a night. The Arkadelphia Badgers defeat the Clinton Yellow Jackets 23-18 on a touchdown from Malachi Hamilton. A rush, a 8-yard rush, I believe. I don't remember. It was under 10 and over 1. I'm not going to say the numbers between 5 and 8 either. The Badgers win 23-18. This is the Blend Luxury Real Estate post-game show. Let's go to the Sexton Firm game summary and stat recap. The Arkadelphia Badgers and the Clinton Yellow Jackets. Just man, what an evening, Jim. Kind of give us a recap of the stats, the numbers.
All right. For Clinton, running game, what they depend on, 76 rushes for 210 yards, less than 3 yards a carry. With two big running backs, the Jones had 17 carries for 45 yards. Their fullback, Hunt Gonzalez, had 35 carries for 65 yards. That's not even 2 yards a carry. They shut them down on the running game.
Absolutely. You know, it looked like, Jim, early in the game, the first couple of drives, Elkins was going to be able to get something going, but the defense adjusted and really didn't allow very much outside the Dufresne bootleg and then one of that the counter on the late in the game.
That's right. Dufresne, the quarterback, had 15 rushes for 62 yards, and one of them was that long run there. Again, after that first drive, first quarter, the trap stuff, they were ready for that. They played that extremely well. And then really not to have a passing game, they were 4 out of 13. They did get 60 yards on that. Then had the interception at the end. A couple of big plays. The receiver, Standridge, made some big plays for them. One catch for 25 yards. And then McCarver had a couple of catches for 23 yards as well. So, again, the Arkadelphia defense just came through again. One of the big things, though, was I think there were 5 or 6 first downs that they got through penalty.
Right.
A lot of them on the pass interference. But that's probably better than when the guy's behind you than giving up the touchdown.
Right. Coach Shucker talked about that at halftime. I know that'll be a point of emphasis as well. I thought a couple of the penalties were I thought one of the pass interference penalties was we thought it was going to be OPI. We
Yeah,
thought
it looked like he
standards
pushed
had kind of
off,
pushed
didn't you?
off. I think the official might have been in a weird position for that, but obviously we could have seen something wrong too.
Yeah.
I thought this was a game that the Arkadelphia defense really kind of kept the team in it and gave the offense a chance to do what it needed to do on one possession.
That's right. They did their job, all you can ask them to do. Again, they got a turnover with the interception there right at the end to seal things. A great job. They were getting some pressure on the quarterback, but he got rid of some. But particularly in the second half, you could tell the pressure was making him throw a little bit earlier, a little bit quicker than he'd like to. Turning to the offense for Arkadelphia, McCoy was 19 out of 31 for 179 yards and 2 TDs. Again, spreading it around. Archer 6 carries for 66 yards. Roberts finally sort of got into the game there at the end, 3 catches for 41. Meekin had a big night, 9 catches for 56 yards. Again, several key catches to keep a drive going to get a first down, which is one of the roles that Finley had been playing as well. Whitaker had 1 catch for 16 yards running there, receiving. Whitaker had a big night, 14 carries for 62 yards. Moody came in a little bit in the first half and did a great job. And, of course, Hamilton had the big run for the touchdown there at the end. And overall, there were 24 carries for 120 yards, 5 yards a carry. You like that. And then they had about 55 plays, 179, roughly about 300 yards for the offense.
Yep, what a night. You see a lot of in the top right of your screen. You see a lot of the Clinton players still out there. It's an emotional time. Anytime your season comes to an end. Jim, we'll get to have at least one more Sexton Firm game summary and stat recap next week in postseason play. And
I will be out. I will be in California seeing my daughter, so y'all will have to.
You're going to be really far out northwest or out west.
Yeah.
Well, I hope we'll have to take your cap from you then.
Well,
take the cap and just set it beside us.
Just win the game, and I always bring it out at the semifinal.
That's right.
So
That's right.
just win
That's
the
right.
game, and I'll have it ready for the semifinal game the next week.
Thanks, Jim, for that. Your thoughts as you won't be here next week, but your thoughts on this one as you as we get ready to wrap up and go further into the postgame.
It was a game that kept you on your edge of your seat.
Oh, it sure did.
Luckily, there was particularly with Clinton, there was a lot of running for me trying to keep the steps because I just wanted to watch the game, and that can be hard when you're throwing the ball and trying to track the receiver and yardage and things like that. But it was very intense. There was an ebb and flow to the game, and at the end, it was Arkadelphia catching the flow.
Yeah,
as you
that's
said.
right. That's right. I wish we had a camera. You know, there's usually a lot of these big boys doing the booth cams. We need a booth cam on Jim because he has conversations with the officials, the players, the coach, telling people who's. I mean, if they would just listen to Jim,
that's right.
Everything would score. That's right. That's right. Jim,
of course,
thank you.
I can see it from up here.
That's
it's
right. That's
easier.
right. That's right. Jim, thank you as always, and we hope you have a good Thanksgiving and a trip out to California. We'll bring. That's right. You'll be listening and watching. There'll be at least 2 people in California next week listening and watching. We'll bring Jeff Root back in for Jeff. Let's go to the Trinity Temple Assembly of God players of the game. Ooh. You ask me about this all the time and go first. I'm going to ask you. Let's go.
Surely not.
Yeah.
I have to go first?
That's right. You get to go first.
I usually just agree with you.
That's right. Well, I'm going to flip tables because
Okay.
turn the tables, flip the script. Thank you. I'm not going to flip any tables.
Don't flip a table.
No. But let's go offensive first.
All right. So I thought nice job by Bryson McCoy in not forcing it into a crowd. He had no interceptions of the game, right? So I thought that was valuable. Also threw for 179 yards. They got some good running from a number of people. It wasn't a one-man show, but we saw Whitaker with 62 yards. I really thought a major contribution was made by Bryce Meekin, though, with 9 catches, 56 yards, including down the stretch, including a touchdown. I'm going to say Meekin for player of the game.
Yeah, as soon as I flipped it over to you, I was like, I could have actually had a decent call this week. Yeah, Bryce Meekin with the touchdown catch. You know, someone came in at halftime and said nobody else is catching that ball. He high-pointed it. He had the height advantage on the receiver, on the corner. Made that catch. Made a couple of a catch right here in the middle when he was coming towards us and had to go back and catch it behind him. So, 9 catches and several big first down catches for Meekin.
All right, that's the easy one. Defense. You should go first on the defense.
Oh, man, you're a veteran. It's like you've done that before.
I flipped it again.
You flipped it again, yeah. Man, this was when you play a defense like that, it requires all 7 of your front 7 to be able to make plays. This one is going to be one, if they were doing defensive players of the game, where it was going to be tough because there are so many gang tackling. Like, gang tackling is such a key. We saw Quintavion Morris. We saw Malachi Hamilton with big tackles. Skylar McClure with some things. So I'd almost have to go maybe the linebacking core because it was such a key for those 4. You played 4 linebackers tonight. You normally play 3 and rotate Brownlee in. But Brownlee, Lewis, Morris, and Hamilton were in there. Such a big play. You have the big play from Plyler at the end to seal it. We might get to that, the big play of the game later. But, I almost have to go without knowing the defensive tackle numbers, one of those linebackers would have to be one of mine.
I like that as well. I tell you what, you come into the season because of the championship game, if nothing else, even a moderate fan of high school football, you're going to know who McClure is, right? You're going to know who Williams are.
Right.
These guys are star defensive ends. The interior line, really strong also.
Right.
They've done a great job. And they had to do a great job tonight against that trap play up the middle that worked for a while in the first quarter. So I want to give them an honorable mention. But I'm with you in the sense that the linebackers provided some hard hits against guys that were playing both ways. They really hung in there for Clinton. They did a good job of really hanging in there and playing well. But in the end, I think that last drive is partly Arkadelphia just saying, we can have more energy down the stretch, and we're going to give it everything we've got. Clinton's doing the same thing, but Arkadelphia gets in for the touchdown with a linebacker scoring the touchdown.
That's right.
So linebackers are defensive players of the week. And our offensive player of the week is the receiver, Bryce Meekin. Also, the punter who did a good job tonight as
Trinity
well.
Temple Assembly of God players of the game, several of them, and that's okay with Pastor Rick. He likes to spread the love around.
I'm sure he does.
That's right.
That's no doubt about that.
Right.
The Sexton Firm big play of the game.
Ooh.
Lots of choices here.
There sure are. You could go back to several plays in this game. Obviously you can go with the I always like to see if there's an obvious choice of the Hamilton touchdown.
Right.
I like to try to look back and think if there is a play that kind of set up one of those. Was it a big third down conversion? I think Arkadelphia had a couple of third down conversions. I'll go back on that drive. If you want to go back after the penalty, the personal foul penalty, that set him back 15 yards. Then he has another pass to Meekin that gets him another 20 right back to where they were. So that was a big play to stay to get your possession, your yardage back. The easy choice is the Hamilton touchdown run that ended up giving the game. You could also go with the Plyler interception because you had pressure from McClure. You could go with the Colton Plyler interception and then getting out of bounds right then. So.
Yeah, I think any of those you could see as a play of the game. I mean, it was 2 third downs that were turned into first downs. 2 third downs were turned into first downs on that last drive. I got to say, though, when you don't know if they're going to have to kick a field goal, it's second down when the touchdown is scored. You don't know if they're going to have to try a field goal or if they're going to be able to punch it in, and then Hamilton gets an 11-yard run for the touchdown, really taking it right through the left side of the offensive line into the end zone. So I'm going to say Hamilton with all of those other plays that you mentioned being key plays because there was key play after key play.
Absolutely. Sexton Firm, big play of the game. Malachi Hamilton. Jeff Hall, the radio voice of the Clinton Yellow Jackets, and one of our old friends steps in. And we talked about before the game that either team had a chance to win this game, and that was a fantastic effort from both teams. And I know there's some upset feelings on the other side, and they ought to know that there's some respect earned, and that was a fantastic team. And I know that you guys had a good time in broadcasting that team's games this year. So,
Jeff, I tell you what, I love the fact that when the two teams met at the 50-yard line, I saw nothing but respect for both teams. It really meant a lot to see that because both teams really played their heart outs tonight. It was going to be a big win or a big disappointment for the team that wasn't able to pull it out. Arkadelphia got the victory on that last drive, but Clinton, I mean, my goodness, they put together some key plays, 10-10 at halftime. right in doubt right to the last minute of play. And then Clinton came back and got into Arkadelphia territory before finally the interception ended it. But, Jeff, thank you for your work. You do a great job. And Clinton's going to be here for a while, right, because they have built a fine program. I think we're going to see the Yellow Jackets again.
So have a safe trip. Good to see you. All right, our final factor of the postgame, the Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game. And, boy, there were a lot of big hits. The whole game was just big hit after big hit. I am going to go back to the very first one when we put this, and this is very early in the game. We have a play. Let's see if we're going to slow that down here. We'll bring this over. This is one of the early plays in the game, and Arkadelphia comes up with just the flip right there of the defender, and that looks like it was Ethan Lewis. So that kind of set the tone. Clinton knew that they were going to be in for one, so Ethan Lewis with our Scott Bird DDS smash mouth hit of the game in a game that was all 11 of those players could end up with a certificate.
I think one of the keys of the game is that Arkadelphia knew that Clinton was a very physical team, and they matched that physical approach tonight.
I think you're right, and I think that was key. And now you've got to recover from that quickly. This was a very physical game. It reminds me of the Shiloh semifinal back in 2021, where it was back and forth. It was a high-scoring game. Shiloh won the game. Both teams were beat up, and it was advantage Joe T. Robinson. After that, Arkadelphia is going to have to heal quickly, take advantage of the rest that you might be able to get, recover this weekend, and get ready for a big one next Friday night in Elkins.
Got a little bit of time off because of Thanksgiving week. They're going to need that, let their bodies recover, also get ready for the game. It is going to be a whale of a game at Elkins next week. Join us. We're going to be there. We're going to bring you that broadcast. Anxious to do it. Our first time in Elkins, no matter what we run into, we're going to be on the air and we're going to bring it to you. Jim Rothwell won't be with us as he will be seeing relatives in California, including a grandchild, right?
No, grandchild's here.
Oh, the grandchild. You're going to California and leaving your grandchild here? Surely not. Yeah, he's got other folks to see in California.
He's not Mary.
He's not starting an acting career, Chris. He's coming back to us and doing more stats later on.
Danny DeVito. Yeah, a little Danny DeVito impersonation. You could do that.
Well, he's smiling, so I'll say yes, he can. All right, that's good. Jim, thank you so much for your work on stats tonight. I want to say thank you to Dalton Reed for his work on the sideline and the interview, especially the interview after the game. Excellent interview with Coach Shucker. I want to say thank you to Gavin Wallace, who was our quarterback tonight, ran things here as Chris stepped up and did some color commentary tonight with Cooper Darr out of town. Dara Tuffteller on the camera tonight upstairs. Appreciate her work as well. Chris Babb, thank you so much for everything that you do. This other person I'm going to go home with, her name is Deborah Root, standing right here. This is Jeff Root. Good night, everybody. And Abby, tell Mary Kate we'll see her soon.